So, we will soon be moving on to the next chapter of the story, but before that, the group did their last errands around the city of Crowntop before heading to a graveyard near Greystone Manor. Meeting with a ghost named Lysander, they discovered that the portal was linked to his emotions, and that something that spiked those emotions would likely cause it to open. However, Sidon and Slab were not present for that. And I'm pretty sure, from what the last thing I heard from one of you, is that you had a very eventful night. Sidon, what were you doing while everyone was meeting Calypso?
Wait, I think I met Calypso. I think I went to the mermaid thing. It was the evening after we got back.
Slap.
Yes. No, I am talking about Sidon. I haven't even noticed Sidon. So Sidon, yeah, sorry, you are right.
Yeah.
So obviously everyone went to see Calypso. Sorry, this is where my brain doesn't work, and the fact it's been 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, you all came back. Most of you went to bed. Sidon and possibly Slab. I know at least Sidon. What were you guys doing that night, that evening?
Yeah, give me. No. Sidon, he went up to bed, and he tried to have an early night, but it was it was a weird feeling because he had this sort of calm wash over him that he's not used to, and then waking up, it was coming out of that. It was like the wolf inside him was sort of got a bit agitated because it was silenced essentially, and it made him feel very weird. So he tried to brush it off, have an early night. He did the sort of pad work with.
Is that what he's calling it?
No. Oh my god, I forgot a name. With Mel.
Mel. It was Mel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Male.
Male. Mel. He did the pad work, which helped a little bit, but it wasn't really enough. And he tried to get to sleep, but in the end, he ended up going down to the. He tried to sneak out into the lower city that evening, and get into a little bit of trouble.
Well, do you want to make me a stealth check for sneaking?
Yeah.
Do you have that thing?
Yep, I have advantage on stealth.
Yeah.
14. Slab, what's your passive perception?
13.
13. Never mind, you don't hear a thing. So yeah, you sneak down. Yeah?
I would say I'd add this. Slab is out like a light.
Fair enough. So yeah, Sudden, you sneak down to the lower city.
Yeah. And in that time, he sort of just lets the wolf out and just he fully sort of lets it out. The astral arms and the astral arms and the visage, which he has for 10 minutes, and he goes around, looks for some thugs who may be like muggers or anyone who's hurting someone, and sort of does basically like a vigilante type of thing.
Can you roll me a perception check?
Yes. 11.
So it takes a while. It's like very late at night.
Yeah.
It's it's about midnight-ish. It's very cold. You're sort of almost stalking around like a creature of the night.
Yeah.
Looking for anything, and it takes a while. But you hear the sound of like a scream or like a tussle or a fight coming from like an alleyway nearby.
He will head over there.
So yeah, you sort of walk forward and see what looks to be a very drunken man with a bottle in his hand, sort of swaying, and you see this other looks to be younger, like half-elven man, like struggling to get him off.
Yeah, he'll go in and try and help the man.
So you see this sort of elven man like trying to push this guy away. But you know that like drunken strength essentially.
Yeah.
This guy's like, hey, he's like waving around with this bottle. Can you make me an attack roll? I assume you're attacking at least.
Yeah.
I assume this is non-lethally, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, non-lethal. It will be. It will be with the.
I didn't like how long that pause was.
Twist your arm about it. Jesus Christ.
It will be with his astral arms as well. Just
I don't think you can do them non-lethally because they're magic force damage.
they're not magic
Rules was
force
written.
damage.
Your
Technically.
astral arms are force damage. Yeah,
They're force
what?
damage. They're
Yeah,
force damage.
it's
but they're not
magical then, isn't it?
It's not magical. They're technically not magical. Weirdly,
Sorry,
because you don't get.
sorry, your spiritual monk weapons that deal force damage.
They are technically not magical as rules are written because you don't get your magic. They count.
No, your
They give you
fists
an-
become magical attacks at a later level. Your
Yeah.
astral arms deal force damage, which is a magical damage type.
I think James is technically right. Yeah,
Mm.
it's fine. Attack roll.
But I'm still attacking with the.
I'll give you
astral arms.
advantage because it's like surprise.
Yeah.
17? Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay,
8.
damage. Yeah, I'm gonna just roll a 10. Yeah. So you sort of walk forward, and this is with your astral arms, right?
Yeah.
So you sort of walk forward, see this guy, and you just like fully swing, and this guy is out. He is just like on the floor, unconscious, and this elven guy looks up at you. Thank you, sir.
He just looks at him and he doesn't really say anything. He just sort of like, because he's also got his astral like visage on. He sort of just looks down at him, and maybe unintentionally does like an intimidation just to sort of scare him with like a glare.
I am the knight. I'm justice. I'm Batman. I'm Wolfman.
Yeah, he will accidentally sort of do an intimidation.
You see this guy looks up and says, thank you, sir, and then like sees you staring down at him. I think you growl.
Yeah.
He goes, ah! And you see he runs off. Can you roll me a D6?
Yes. So,
So as he runs away, you don't know if it was from him or the guy you just decked. But on the ground there is 4 gold.
oh, cool. And after that, he will sort of continue stalking, but maybe over the course of the evening, he'll sort of like lose himself and maybe start losing a bit of time. He doesn't. After this, he's kind of blacks out and no idea what happens for the rest of the evening.
Okay. Can you roll me a D100?
Yeah. $33.
33, okay. Yeah, it's fine. I was gonna say 50 or above. So you black out, and the last thing you remember is, or the next thing you remember is waking up in the morning in the bed at Greystone Manor. Sort of a little bit confused.
Yeah.
Bleary. Things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing really happens other than that. Slabby, do anything specific, or are you just sleeping?
He is out like a light.
Sure.
He's had a busy week. His tiny legs.
God, talk it out, bless him.
Yeah, so in the morning, Sada probably wakes up slightly later. But we'll say the two of you go downstairs. And you see, hold on, where is it? You see Alex is in the kitchen making food. And sort of as he sees you come downstairs, he said, "Oh, Cassian and everyone else went to the graveyard to investigate what was going on there.
How long have I slept in for?
It is 11:30.
Yeah.
Cool. Slab, do you want to try and catch up with them, or is there anything else you want to do? I mean, how close is the graveyard, Alex?
Alex says it's about 5 minutes that way. It's not very far.
Yeah, we can catch up to him if you want, Slab. Probably.
What are
probably
you
for the best.
proposing otherwise?
I don't know. We could do whatever. At the front of the house at the minute.
We don't have the run of the house.
Alex is just staring at you.
Glaring at you.
He'll tell on us.
Yeah. He's got slender,
sure
he'll tell your mum.
I'm sure Alex
me,
will
Mum.
be fine.
What is the crystal dragonborn breath weapon?
It depends on the thing you've done there. Oh, crystal's radiant, I think. From memory.
Perfect.
Sidon, you saw the daggers he gave you for making holes in his garden.
I fixed that. All right. Anyway,
I'm
let's.
standing right in front of you. Still.
I'm just joking. It's fine. Come on, Slab. Let's go to catch up with the others at the graveyard.
Alex does say though, before you leave, I will be not coming with you. I don't know what's happening, but I was told to make food and drop it off.
Asked very nicely.
Well, yeah, I got a letter from Artron, so it's he just like takes a breath out and walks to the door. Come on.
You know what to make, my favourite chef?
I'm making rations.
Oh,
It's not.
cold grilled cheese.
Yeah, I'm baking rations. It's
No,
not nice.
No, but don't toast it. Just make it a cheese sandwich.
Oh,
Ugh.
well, that's.
That
I mean, that would count
that-
as rations.
For like 2 days max.
Yeah.
Um,
It's fucking travelling with Lou again, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Fucking cheese sandwiches for days.
but yeah, so you head over to the graveyard, and we'll just delete that because James, that did remind me.
I put
So,
it
yeah.
in my notes as well. I remembered as well.
So yeah, you all head over to the graveyard with Alex, and I will change the map to pretty much where we left off last time. The group is discussing the best thing to do with the spirit Lysander, and
Oh,
investigating the. Why is there two Simons?
Well,
And
no,
investi-
Oh, my worst
Pyramid.
nightmare.
yeah, sort of investigating, figuring it out. But yeah, Alex comes in. You see, Maeve, Drac, Archeron, and a strange old man who you don't know. With them.
Da, da, da.
Oh.
Oh, that.
Hello. We're live.
I never doubted it for a second. Well, welcome. I trust you enjoyed your morning.
Mostly we kind of overslept. What happened? What did we miss?
Oh, well, I wrote a letter. Maeve and Drac dug a hole.
Okay.
But I can. It was a very important letter. I had to write it. Some of our two friends here. If you want, I can press the digitate you clean. It's not a problem. Not you pay.
Discord's fucking itself.
Are you set to a particular?
That's
It
fine now.
might be. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's just the feedback loop from the portal to the Feywild.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's glitching.
It's opening.
So Archeron is going to press to digitate the dirt from underneath your nails if you want to, and he's going to make an effort to press the digitate away some of the dirt on top of the coffin to see if that would have helped.
Does nothing.
Okay. Well, I would have been useless. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so for Slab and Sidon, you see the party, weird old man, and sort of a spirit or a ghost sort of standing near Drac and Maeve, sort of looking at them. Do I have the image? Hold on, let me grab it.
It's
Um,
pretty gross.
I'll
isn't it?
try.
Pretty grim.
Yeah.
Ultron, who's the old geezer?
And who's the ghost?
That's
The more
Alex. You
important
can't talk about something like that.
Wait, what?
What?
What? It's the what?
Sidon.
Oh, do you-
It's me.
It's-
It's Cassian.
Cassian.
What? Wait, what?
What?
Wait, I thought you already had a human form.
Yes, but my
Maeve's just
human
gonna like put her like hands in her face and.
Sidon. My human form is also recognizable.
Can you just make like a basic intelligence roll?
My human form is also recognizable. I am a noble of the city.
Yeah, but
I'm in a graveyard,
Sidon, you
And
know
I'm
that you can
probably
disguise
about
yourself,
to walk
right?
through a portal.
oh,
Oh, we're not addressing the other elephant in the room. Who's the ghost?
Oh, this is our new friend Lysander. Yes. Well, he won't talk to us for some reason. Only to Maeve.
Catholic.
Thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot that.
Yeah. Don't worry. He's not as not what he looks like.
Chill as
He's,
fuck.
well, I wouldn't say chill.
he's definitely got the face on it. A mother could love her.
Don't
I
be
was-
cool.
He's dead.
Well, for you of all people to say that, Sidon, very bold.
Who knew? I didn't know my mother.
Finger guns.
Uh,
Hey, Sidon, can you make me a wisdom save?
bully the ghost.
Oh, right. I forgot
Fine.
about
Remember,
that.
you feel like you need to be nice, but you're okay.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that. Right?
So did I.
It's something like DC 10 or something, isn't it?
I don't remember. It's whatever I feel
Silverman.
like it is in the moment.
Depends
Um,
how horrible the thing is
yeah,
that you say.
yeah.
But yes, everyone gather round. I'll catch you up on what the situation is, and then we flash forward 5 minutes having.
Well, they
Archon.
actually need to know.
Oh, fuck. Well, just wait a couple of weeks until the episode's announced.
No. It's going to be
Alright.
ages away, James.
Oh,
It's
no.
so far behind.
Be right back. Going to time travel.
Yeah. This tree here, and I can't believe I have to say this, but Simon, please don't punch the tree. Has a 9th level spell attached to it. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the uncane. Fuck me running. The arcane. The spell
I
gauge
have
would.
literally zero knowledge of the arcane.
I thought so. There's no criticism. It's
Low-key shade, but whatever.
no, it's not. It's your specialism is in the physical
I
and in.
cast punch.
Yes, well, no, that's not fair. It's he has great knowledge of the fighting forms and I assume pressure points and
Yeah.
things.
This is going
Oh.
off a slight tangent, though. What do you class his arms as?
What?
They're ghosts.
As arms.
Well, apparently he doesn't think his magical arms are magical, but don't want to pull at that thread.
Ghosts? Can Maeve speak to them?
His arms aren't ghosts.
No, they're not.
Poseidon, shut up! I'm talking to your arms.
Well, so the tree has the spell gate associated with it, and also a direct line to our friend Lysander here. Lysander, we believe, was killed. I do know the date. I've forgotten it. A while ago, by perhaps the same creature that attacked Cassian originally. And to open the gate so we can pass through to the Fae, we have to elicit a strong emotional response. Now, Slab, my friend, this is where you would come in. Obviously, you weren't here for the performance. Well, I say here, you weren't there for the performance with Calypso and oh fuck me, what was her name? I want to say Zoe, but that doesn't sound right.
What the siren?
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
I have it here somewhere.
Was
Zara?
It was no.
Oh my god, that was ages ago. Fiona. I wasn't far off as Zoe, was I?
Zara was the name of the Medusa.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So,
Getting
Yeah,
on
so-
Greek monsters
yes.
confused.
so
It
the
wasn't Elspeth, right?
Was it Elspeth?
I don't know.
no, it was Fiona. I'm looking at my notes now.
Oh,
I have so many names written here.
Elspeth. I don't think I've ever used the name Elspeth.
I don't know
Yeah.
where that came from.
Fiona the Siren, yeah. So I don't know if Sidon told you. I mean, I for one found it very moving and enchanting. We saw a siren who was able to sing to us a wonderful tune, and I was hoping if we were to in harmony hum it, you could put your bardic spin on it and play a song so beautiful as to elicit an emotional response from our friend Lysander here to open the portal. That is the desire we have, the ideal situation. The other side of it is we're fairly confident we can elicit a negative emotional response from him. However, it seems
Just
quite
don't really
mean.
want to do that.
It bombed me out to even say it.
I'm the negative response king, so I mean, if you need,
Well,
help
no.
with that one.
It seemed to be just I don't know about the rest of you, just almost targeted bullying. So I felt really very bad. But the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the not so
Dead.
recently deceased. Yes.
Recently deceased. Wait.
No, I said not so recently. It's
not
quite,
so recently.
quite yeah. So
I don't
yes.
remember the number I gave you.
So if I take the tenor and the Drac, you take the baritone, alto, Maeve, we can hum the tune that we heard, and then you can perform it if that would be okay.
Yeah, as long as I come in afterwards because I
Sorry,
don't know the tune. As in,
but we're going to hum it, and then you're going to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all.
So I'm not asking you to play a tune you've never heard. We're going to hum you the tune, and then you play it. But
Yes,
make it.
just use perfect pitch that you definitely have.
Performance checks.
Yeah, everyone. It's going to be a group performance check. So
Okay.
is everyone. So before you make those checks, 1 second. Alex does come around and hands everyone bar Cassian because he doesn't need to eat 3 days of rations.
Ooh, nice.
Okey-dokey.
Did you, Alex? Did you bring the blankets?
Did you ask for? Did you ask for
I
blankets?
did send you a note of what I asked for.
Fucking hell.
I sent you a letter. I've got it to hand. 1 second. Please, can you send Slab and Son to the graveyard? If you send along with food and blankets, that would be wonderful. I appreciate all the help you've given to us.
Yes.
I
Okay.
hope to see you again once it's all over. Warm regards. It was a really nice letter.
It was. I don't have it. I can't find it.
how many days rations? Did you say?
3 each.
Three.
Yeah, it's just because I sold my tents and sleeping bags. Well, not
Oh,
sleeping
right.
bags. I sold my tent, but I don't need a tent anymore
Oh yeah.
because I'm a badass.
I can't
I'm also
find the
badass
letter.
and don't need a tent. I just set up a hammock between trees.
James, I apologize. It's been about
Just
5
haven't
weeks.
get bit by a black widow.
You're not sleeping in my immaculately.
Yeah, so
tiny
he hands you Archon like 3 reasonably sized blankets. I
Oh,
can't
thank you.
carry anymore. No, we don't have that many blankets.
No, this is wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. It's much appreciated. So yes.
Yeah. So while that. So what are you guys doing?
I guess we were doing that performance.
Yeah.
Maeve's carrying.
15. That's not bad.
Oh fucking hell! 3.
Fucking
Do I
size.
have Cassian make it? I guess Alex is a bard. he can
Cassian
help.
wasn't there though, were they? They weren't there.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Okay.
nailed those low notes.
Is this the performance check for me to listen to it?
Yeah.
No, so this is the performance check for. If you make this performance check, right now it's higher than it is. If you roll decently, you'll be fine.
That was not terrible.
That's
A
15 and 19.
A
is
15,
pretty
a
good.
22. I know
Oh,
Simon's.
22. Okay. Yeah, very okay.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
apart from Sidon, who just
Flat as a
Voice
fucking.
breaks.
Yeah.
Alex is beatboxing.
Sidon, I'm going to say this like the kindest way possible. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, so you all start your flash mob. And okay, how do I describe this? Let me find it. Yeah, so you all start your beatboxing and various harmonies, some better than others, I won't say names. But overall, it was very good. Obviously the lowest is a 3, but after that's a 15, so that's very good. I think it averages out to be about a 16, 17.
Well, 22 really pushed it up.
Yeah, the 20 and the 25 from Slab. So yeah, you all do this joint harmony, and because the siren Fiona was vaguely like magical and fey, you see in the face of Lysander, like he almost starts to recognize it.
Do we encourage him to join in with his unintelligible grunting?
I hear it.
Made his great singing. You guys hear.
So we hear what sounds like Robbie Williams, and she is.
Let me hold on. Do I have the stat block?
Imagine, because Maeve can hear him normally, but imagine Slab's like Steve and he sounds better.
It's like the pitch and everything's wrong, but he's carrying the tune.
Yeah.
It's definitely carrying.
He starts doing the fucking Thriller dance.
Yeah. Yeah, so you watch as he begins to sort of go in time with the song and clearly recognizes it somewhat. You see the bark of the tree, sort of down that line that you trailed last time, begin to split open, and you see some of the like orange-colored leaves fall like petals, as you see a swirl of colors: blues, pinks, violets, greens, and then it gets darker, like an inky black and a deep purple. Maeve, you feel your heartbeat pound quicker in your chest, as everyone hears this voice say, "I don't have all day. Come on, then."
Wait, do we have to carry the body through?
That was
We
something
did say
you
we would,
mentioned.
yeah. Like we would have had time to get that ready.
Yes.
We did forget that.
Can we
But,
just
like,
can we say for argument's sake that Drac has the body like over his shoulder? Because I
Yeah.
feel like if Maeve heard that voice, she'd be like act like a child and get really excited and like run to the tree. She'd be like, like run over there.
Mhm. It's like almost like how if a mirror's very dark, but there's like swirls of purples and greens and blues in that sort of dark mirror sort of thing, which you know you can step forward into.
I think she'd like turn and like look back at everybody and have like a very rare bright smile and like beckon and say like as if to say, "Come on, let's go," and then just like step in.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you, mate, for helping carrying the body.
She's
Very
gone.
nice
She's
of
in
you.
there. She's gone. She can't hear you.
Drac, would you like a hand?
I'll run over it and help Drac with whatever
The
body it
jaw up off the
is.
floor. Dude, you dropped this.
Oh.
I'm gonna call porridge over to my hand, like a falconer style. It
Mhm.
looks badass. No one can see. It's a real shame. Real wasted cinematic moment. I'm holding him, like patting him. I was like, I knew that was a good idea. And kindness is good. What was it exactly they said? We hear.
What?
I've not got all day. Hurry up, something like that, wasn't it?
It was is it?
Hurry up, we've not.
I don't have all day. Come on then.
Oh, that was it. Yeah. Fuck, typing with one hand's a pain in the ass.
But yeah, I assume everyone begins to walk through the portal. As you do, Alex gives like a slight bow, and like clearly says something to Cassian, but isn't heard. And wishes all of you good luck. And I assume you all step through the portal, Lysander's body in hand.
Yeah, well, I've gone over to help Drac with the body.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I am giving moral support.
You can do it, guys.
So yeah, as per request though, James.
Yes.
Cassian does sort of as he like waits for you to begin to go through. or like stands right next to you, and sort of as he's being stepped through, he removes the disguise.
Mhm.
So it's just him, his natural form.
Yeah.
Wow, that was uncalled for.
He's been hanging around with Simon for too long.
I don't have that ring, yeah. No, so he's so as I said, I'm particularly interested in what the fingernails do. So this is just for my mental picture.
Mhm.
Do you have these weird fingernails on both hands, or is it just one hand?
So it is both hands, and they're less
Mhm.
fingernails, more like claws attached to where the fingernails come out.
Right. Okay. So okay, I'm picturing those like gothy style nail extension things. Do you know what I mean? Like the fingers. Okay.
Hold
But,
on, let me find the image.
But one of them's cracked, isn't it?
There's one nail that is chipped and broken.
Chipped. So that is so I'm looking at all 10 of them. Yeah, to double check then. But that is the one that I'm paying the most attention to.
Mhm.
If you would like me to roll anything, but yeah, that having explained to Cassian what I would like. Well, just to, I think I just want to see if there is a change in the fingerage.
Oh.
So you guys walk through. I'll get to that in a second.
Fingerage, not fingering.
Oh.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. So you all walk through. James, can you make me a Arcana check?
Yes. Yes. Fucking love an Arcana check. I rolled a nat one. Yes.
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
Hey,
Okay,
please, just send
where
me
are my
notes.
notes? You assume I have them for this.
The nails
so-
do not change.
There's nothing. It's no. So as you step through the portal, you're taking a very close look at Cassian's hands, and you sort of, I would say see, but you don't really see. You see that faint like flicker when you move through the portal, that like swirl of colors. And I'll describe what everyone sees when you step through it in a moment. But specifically focusing on Cassian's hands, you see that the nails, I don't want to say pulse because that's the wrong word, like give a shimmer of light for a second, that like it's like a deep crimson maroon, but it sort of flares for a second to crimson, and then you smell the faint smell of like a steel, like a metal,
Like copper.
but not like blood. It's distinctly different, and almost like gunpowder.
Okay. It's like sulfury then.
Yeah, sort of sulfury, but I don't want to say sulfury because that's wrong.
But that's not the one. Okay.
Yeah.
not-
So
okay.
I will say with that 30 Arcana, and sort of because obviously it's a nat 20, I'm going to give you a lot for this. You think about it, you don't recognize the smell, but you recognize reading these sort of smells in books on chaos and the abyss.
Oh, okay.
But
Yep.
vaguely. It's only like, you've maybe heard like the smells of the abyss are like, dark metals and sulfur, things like that. And, like
Yeah.
gunpowder. But like only vaguely. But
So-
yeah.
Just on that, so the Crimson Mistress that we saw, she was.
She
I
was a
don't know
devil.
if we checked. She was a devil, yeah. So she wasn't from the. Okay, that's
Yes.
fine. Okay.
She was very distinctly a devil. But yeah, so you all step through, and I will describe what you see. So you do. I assume you guys do take his body through Draken's side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, as the body moves, his spirit moves too. But I'll just re-describe it all. You see the tree bark begin to split. You see the orange-colored leaves fall like petals as you see the swirl of pinks, blues, violets, and greens. And then it goes that darker, inky black, like a deep purple. And as you all step through, you feel your bodies temporarily ripped from your home plane. Anyone here who casts spells feels that magic brought to the surface for but a moment. You feel the shifting and changing of your learned and innate spellcasting. Your heads cloud with that arcane hum, just as your feet touch the ground and your bodies start to relax. The ground beneath you is murky and faintly shifts beneath your feet. You are around dark, gnarled trees. The air is cold, and you immediately feel this sense of damp eyes settling on you. The occasional bit of sky is a pale green with deep blue clouds. Before you can see your surroundings, but before it properly solidifies, a voice comes into focus. Well, this is a large troop of people, isn't it? And you turn and see a hunched over form, probably just under 6 foot. They carry a crooked wooden staff that almost looks like a claw with a lantern attached. A scarf wrapped around their neck and a hood of fur sits behind a face that appears to be a deer-like skull. Antlers crawl up, and purple spots of light look like the pupils of their eyes. And I will send the image of this person. If I can
Is it
find
the
it.
image that Maeve showed us how?
Pretty much, but it's coloured.
Oh, okay.
It's in the VTT, and I'll send it in
Nice.
general.
Mhm.
Um,
So, you mentioned that. Is there any? So, obviously, the atmosphere is dark and somewhat oppressive.
mhm.
You mentioned that our bodies relax. Is there any kind of
No, so it's like
vibe or-
that force from changing plane and then relaxing after that.
Oh, okay, right. So, like the lack
Yeah.
of pressure. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. Gonna stand up and brush myself off. Having seen that and felt that, I'm assuming like stepping through like a powerful, surround shower kind of blast of magic. I'm gonna look at Porridge. Has there been any outward change in my familia?
Nothing that I,
Familiar.
have. If there is, if you want something, there can
Okay.
be.
Yeah, he
But
looks
nothing-
like his picture now. He's a bit more
Okay.
multicolored. Looks like he's made out of origami. Oh, Porridge, you look fucking dope as shit. Oh my god. Have you seen this? Oh, sorry. Sorry, excited. Yeah, he's going to push himself down. Okay. I'm going to send Porridge up to have a gander. He probably would want to do that. So Porridge is going to fly up and have a look around, just in general.
This is
Not
very
too far from me.
swampy looking place.
So just mention, for those who are carrying Lysander,
Yeah, what are we
You-
gonna do with his body?
well, what I'll describe is, as you're moving his body, his spirit is also moving with it. And you move through the portal. And
So
you...
if we tickle his toes, does he start laughing?
No. Um,
That
But
was
I-
hot toes.
As you move through the portal, you all see him sort of relax slightly is the best word. Like he looks around, clearly unfamiliar, but also somewhat familiar, being a person of the Fae. And he sort of takes it in and sort of breathes a sigh of relief. And he looks around to all of you and says, "Thank you." And apart from just Maeve, you all hear him say thank you. As you see,
Oh, so that's what he sounds like.
you see both the body and his spirit begin to, I don't want to say dusk, like in
Dissolve.
like in
Endgame.
Infinity War,
Yeah.
Endgame. It's not like that. It's sort of like it dissolves into sort of blue,
Oh.
purple, and orange light.
No, it's that scene in Kung Fu Panda, isn't it, where the tortoise
Yeah,
gets turned
yeah.
into the battle
Yes,
petal.
it's exactly
That's Uruguay,
Uruguay.
yeah.
I time it here.
Uruguay. And you see him bow his head and
Floats
disappear.
in the sky.
I would
Um,
like to point out I have no context over the dead body thing, and that was an interesting situation.
He just got skidooshed.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think pretty soon after, because I know there was a bit in between, but pretty soon after Sable spoke, I think Maeve would go straight over to them.
Mhm.
Her, she's a her, isn't she? She's a she.
Either shield
Okay.
there, it's fine.
So she'd go straight over to her and look as if she was gonna go in for a hug, second guess herself, and put a hand on her shoulder and give a smile.
You see Sable, who can't smile because it is a deer skull, sort of nod their head and put a hand on your cheek. And she says, My, how you've grown, and look at all the friends you've brought. And she, like, looks around to everyone else and gives, like, a half bow and says, well, on behalf of the Emperor, I would like to welcome you all, most of you, to the Court of Shades. I vaguely know you, but I don't know if you recognize me. I am Sable, the emissary of Shades.
What was that?
Nice to meet
Most of
you.
us.
Maeve's gonna like turn and like look at everybody and pull a face, like, you know, the mum face, as if to say like, be polite, kind of thing. Just like the
okay.
wide eyes and the like straight mouth, like.
Okay, I won't ask what I was going to ask then.
Oh no.
I will try and be on my best behaviour.
We've got undead emissaries at home.
Well, I was going to ask if that was a mask and what would happen if I removed it, but
Oh Jesus Christ! You've been here 5 seconds.
Please don't.
But I will say, as you as Sable is talking, there isn't a movement to the skull, but there's clearly like a difference to the telepathy that you've been used to from Cassian and maybe some other people who I can't remember. But there is definitely, it's not like she's talking. There is some sort of bond that's made, but it's different.
Oh, so we're not hearing it out loud. Okay. So we're hearing it in our heads. I'm going to look round to see, obviously, for indications that we're all hearing this in our brains at the same time.
It's weird. It's like almost like an echo. You hear it in your head, and you hear a slight bit of it out loud.
Okay.
It's confusing.
It's a bit like if you're in proximity chat and you speak in Discord.
Yeah, you hear both.
I'll pretend I know what that means.
Just game chat and party chat.
It's like
But-
when Froggy's at Pete's and they've both got a microphone.
Oh, right, okay.
There you go.
But yeah, is there anything you're doing immediately as you're standing here?
Fireball! Ah!
No.
So dust myself down. Porridge is having a look round. I'm going to make sure I'm looking as dapper as I possibly can without getting in the swamp.
Uh-huh.
Can I do something weird? I don't want to like look around, but I want to get like a feel for the surroundings. Like, am I able to make a survival check to sort of feel if this land is? Because I know it's a different plane of existence, but is it like very alien or is it kind of like?
I'll allow survival with disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fine.
11.
11.
It feels like a normal swamp, but there is clearly some other forces in the air, if that makes sense. But there's no really way to describe it other than it's like you're in a swamp, but like half a beat away from a swamp.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Weird place.
The court of is this part of the court itself? Archeron says. Oh, does it have a special name?
Well, I think I do have a name for it. I think the name I have is the Shaded Swamp.
I just sorry. I've not been here before. I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to assume the whole court was swamp.
Well, it is mainly swamp.
Oh.
There are settlements. There are a few places, but it is mainly swamp. Sorry to disappoint.
You said you said there were settlements, and I genuinely don't want to be rude. I'm just curious. Are there different races, or are all of the denizens of the Court of Shade? That's my big word for the day. Are all of the denizens like you with the antlers, skull mask? I genuinely don't want to be offensive. I'm just curious.
No. Not all of them are like me. You'll find a variety of people in the Court of Shades. Some probably not too different from yourselves. There are many fey creatures who I'm sure you'll meet. There are also, as I've seen, there are undead around, but they are peaceful. They are not going to attack unless you give them a reason to.
Hey, Drac.
Yeah.
Sidon's been reading.
Sable,
Does he
I-
even know how to read?
You can read? I didn't know you could read.
Wait, you guys read?
Sable, is he expecting us?
Yes, I was just going to mention.
Who?
Well, I know the reason that you're here. She like looks vaguely, like turns her head slightly towards Cassian. But before I assume you go gallivanting off to the court of Shapeweavers, the Emperor would like to see you all. But especially you, Maeve. We're not too far from Umbra, so if it's not too much trouble, it would be good if you could follow along.
Of course.
Is more swamp or
It's
yeah.
pretty
Question:
much.
Are we meant to wade through the swamp here, or is there like a little boat? How deep is this water?
Yeah, or like bridges or something.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
too deep in most places, but luckily I'm here so I can help with that.
You gonna part the swamp sea?
Hold on. How deep is not that deep for you?
Depends on the spot.
You want me to kick you in, Slab, and see what happens?
Maybe
I'm
Well,
joking.
God, can't you fly?
I can if I waste one of them charges. Yes.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it a waste if you need to fly. It's called using it. Okay,
I
well,
was just asking so I didn't have to use anything. If it's
well,
more
I
than
have
two
my
spots-
jumping boots I could use.
I can just jump across because I'm me.
It won't
I think I
require.
could jump more than.
It won't require all of that. Don't worry. And you see, Sable begins to follow along, please. Begins to walk to like over spots of the swamp or the grass that isn't like deep. You know, you can walk across it with only like minimal.
Wettage.
Effort.
Yeah, yeah, so something like that. But any spot where it is too difficult, you see Sable like raises a hand and creates some vines that go across in like short bits, so you can get across any spots.
Whilst we're walking,
Mhm.
I don't know. So if what I'm about to say is happening, Maeve, do tell me. Is she talking? Is Maeve talking to Sable, or is Sable leading the way ahead of everyone?
You're asking me or asking?
I'm asking Maeve what she wants to do.
I think she would be walking with Sable, but
Okay.
there'd be moments where she like dropped behind, probably.
And Sable isn't walking too far ahead. She's probably only like at the most like 10 feet ahead. Just like, you know, helping along and things like that. What do I need to say here?
Slab.
Well, the reason I asked is if there's like I don't know what the relation. Archon doesn't know what the relationship is. He knows that you know each other. I'm not sure on whether Sable is like your like being the emissary, whether they're like your direct line of contact, your patron. Which I assume, that's what his assumption is. If that's the case, he doesn't want to he obviously doesn't want to like embarrass you anyway, but he doesn't want to interrupt your conversation. But if you're not talking, then Archeron would possibly bug this person for more information.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be like an open discussion. If you wanted to like jump in.
Well, it's so if you are talking about stuff, he'd hold back. It's just if you weren't talking and they were like leading the way.
Yeah.
'cause
Okay.
it's,
Well, I imagine they'd talk for a little bit and then go quiet and.
Okay.
So the only thing I mentioned before you ask questions or whatever is that sort of as you are walking, Sable does walk with surprising speed for someone who carries a staff and has a deer skull on their head. But the trees sort of creak and bow a bit. The wind sort of bites a bit. It's cold. It's not like frigid, but it is like there's like a not icy, like a cold wind that's around. As you're walking, it's sort of very murky and a bit dark. You can't help but see like the low glow of eyes sort of around the edges of your vision. Some are close to the ground, others are in branches above you. But yeah, none of them seem to be going close.
I'm gonna bring porridge back to me.
Okay.
Slab, if you want, you can hop up on my shoulders, save you getting in the water, because like it may not be that deep, but it would still be up to like your chest. Like you are a tiny boy.
I don't know if I find that offensive or.
I don't know all you want, but it's true. You are very, very small. You're like 3 foot something.
3 foot, actually. If you're going to call me small, get it right.
That I'm just trying to help.
I
Almost a
appreciate
chop.
it, but.
Slab, do you climb on Simon's shoulders?
No.
Okay.
Mm.
All right.
He's got something to prove now. It's like,
Uh-huh.
you're taking a mick out of my height, I'll show you.
In a bit.
Because as you are all walking, Cassian is he's like in awe a bit. He's a bit nervous. He's a bit confused, but he is like writing in a notebook. Like
same.
things that he sees, things like that. Yeah. And he's clearly a bit nervous since he's just going out around in his like true form, which is not normal for him, even if he is in a different plane. So yeah, he's a bit quiet, but he's there. But yeah, is there anything you wanted to ask Sable, ask each other, mention? Go ahead.
Sable, was it?
Yes.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure. You mentioned you were the emissary of the Emperor.
I am.
Yes. How did you achieve that position? Quite I suppose a noble, a position of power, influence. How did you attain that? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I was once a druid, and I had a connection to the Feywild, and I was my first life ended under bad circumstances, so I was how should I put it? Similar to what Maeve does, she finds spirits and helps them. I used to be one of those spirits. I was given a choice once I was freed to go to the cave of Cairo or live forever or as long as I wanted in the Court of Shades, so I decided I'd rather live. So I was part of the infrastructure and people here, and after a lot of time and a lot of work, I became pretty much the right hand of the Emperor.
Fascinating. And if I'm not, do tell me if this is too personal a question. Do you mind? What were you? You mentioned you were a druid. Were you elvish, human? Do you remember who you were? I don't say who you were before, but do you remember what you were before? Before you had this striking photo form you have here now.
I'm thinking about it because I don't know.
That was an answer.
I'm thinking.
No.
While you're talking about that, I don't know if this would be Maeve's first time hearing this story.
It's up to
I
you.
can't imagine she would have talked about it before.
So I'm assuming from what they've just said is that Maeve is the one who's like put her on the path.
Oh no!
I know. So from that story, well, into how Maeve does, that's kind of the connection that Archon's made.
But didn't Sable say that you were the one who helped her?
No, so similar how
okay.
when Maeve helps people.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Well, you didn't answer my question, but yes, okay.
Well, you asked how I came to be here.
Oh, yes, but there was a second question, wasn't there?
I don't think I remember.
Sorry, I see, yes. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. Yes, it does. Thank you very much. And how long have you been here?
Whew. Well, time is strange in the Feywild. About 200 years, at a guess. I don't keep a calendar.
So it's like 1510, isn't it?
It is 1510.
Yeah, so I'll say, well, the year is the moment is 1510, if that helps.
I think it's about 200, yes. Maybe slightly less.
Oh, and not tempted to pack it all in, still having a rare old time of it?
Well, if I had packed it all in, I wouldn't have met Maeve and I wouldn't have got to chat to all of you.
Well, no, this is what I asked, yes. Okay, well, variety is the spice of life, I suppose. Thank you very much. And do you have much concourse through the, of people coming and going? Or is it just us?
Well, I do a variety of things. I don't just ferry people. I'm a contact for the Emperor. I help with agreements. I guide people and show them on the path that the Emperor wishes. Things like that.
What, when you say agreements, you mean similar to what... well, I'm not sure on what the story is exactly with Maeve, but I assume you mean patrons and power and things like that?
No, I mean, sort of. Not really. The Emperor does most of that. I'm talking about agreements with other courts.
Oh, interesting. So how far are we away from the other courts? Say if we wanted, we're going to see the Shapeweaver, how long would it take us to get there? I suppose distance is more of a concept here than anything.
Well, no, there is distance. Every court has its own bit of land that doesn't change too much. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I have it somewhere. If from Umbra, which we are only about 30 minutes from, it's about 3 days out of the court, and then about another day through the Order in the middle, to get to the edge of the Court of Shapeweavers.
Okay, so we're 3 days...
So, altogether 4 days.
So, 3 days from the centre?
3 days from the middle, yeah.
Okay. Is there any way of travelling that quicker?
Teleportation. Teleportation's a bit funky in the Feywild.
Sounds like a band name.
It's funky in the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Having a guide definitely helps. Knowing the area, but not really. It's a bit difficult.
No? Okay. Well.
That's why I go on those expeditions rather than the Emperor, because it'll take too long.
Of course, I'm sure he... So, I suppose this is a question for everyone should listen to. I've never met an Archfey before. How does one go about conducting oneself in front of a being such as the Emperor?
Seb's gonna wait for a second if someone else wants to answer. Just take a guess.
I want to guess.
I'm assuming with immense amounts of politeness.
I want to guess.
Go
Not
ahead.
decided.
I think Maeve would just be smiling at all of this, giggling to herself.
You know what I think? Who cares how you hold yourself up to? Screw 'em. Just be yourself, man.
Well, the person I am...
Maeve is gobsmacked. Maeve is gobsmacked.
The person I am is a person who has...
Yourself.
Yeah, the person I am is a person who wants to be perceived in the best way possible. So yes, I will not consider their feelings. I want to be perceived in the best way possible, which means I have to consider their feelings.
Well, all good suggestions, but the way that I suggest doing it, at least, is with a bow and a face willing to ask questions and take questions. One willing to have a conversation. Someone who's not too uptight or full of themselves, but someone who's not too quiet and secluded. I know it's a lot, but it can be tricky.
See? Don't be uptight. Just be loosey-goosey about it.
But don't be full of yourself.
I'm not uptight. I many words to describe me, but uptight is not one of them. As he stomps off.
You're going to get lost. Come back.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
And Archie, I don't think he was talking about you in particular. Or was he?
I can be relaxed and loosey-goosey. And he does like the Jack Sparrow fingers as he says that. Sammy. And he loosey-goosey.
I think signing Mr. Keep thing as well, though.
What's that?
Don't be full of yourself.
I ain't full of
That
myself.
might be difficult for him.
So humble, but with an amount of self-confidence appropriate to the situation. This is excellent advice. Thank you very much, Sable. Much appreciated. Is there? And I want to look to Maeve for this as well. Is there perhaps a gift or something we could bring? I think I asked this actually in session, and we did fuck all with the information because I rolled low on it. But is there something we can present to the Emperor that may gain us favour, and equally to the other courts? Is there anything? I mean, really, I am limited to rations and doodles at this point. I have no fucking money, but is there anything, a song, a joke, things like that?
Well, I have this
open
pen
doors
if you want to give it to him. And
I
give him
I do have some mints left over from Lord Celine.
I think Maeve would try and make a joke, but then obviously this is probably going to be taken a weird way. But she'd probably smirk and be like, "A pact."
I don't think I have your strength of character, Maeve. I think I don't think a pact would suit me.
As you're talking about that, Sable says he likes chrysanthemums, but there is a lot of them around, so I don't know how much he'd appreciate
he
it.
likes what?
Chrysanthemums,
Flowers.
the flower.
Flower.
Oh,
But
What about
as
a
I said,
firm
let me
handshake?
Google that.
How does he feel about a firm handshake?
Fine, I'm sure.
Maeve would grab Sable's arm and be like subtly put a finger to her lips as if to say to the side and yes, I think that would be an excellent idea.
Oh yeah.
On that, subjects we should avoid, perhaps phrases, things that may in the Feywild be screamingly obvious, but to us from the mundane prime material plane, things that perhaps we may not be aware of. Things to avoid, faux pas, conversational potholes, if you will.
Well, he's not overly fond of Hyro, the god.
Oh, that's fine. He's not part of the group. I don't think that's
You know what?
I think that's probably the first time we've mentioned his name.
Nothing really. Just don't be a bitch about it.
About what?
I will try my absolute best.
But yeah, so you understand anything you want to ask before you guys continue walking? Is there anything you want to ask before you get to thingies?
I won't ask this in RP because the answer might be difficult. But when we came through, you mentioned there was the spells and magic felt weird. Is there anything? And teleportation is funky. Is there anything I need to be aware of as a spellcaster in the Feywild? Is there things I need to take into consideration?
No. Except teleportation's funky, but I don't think you have any teleportation spells.
I have Misty Step.
That's fine. It's longer teleportation.
I can Misty Step 330 feet.
You know what I mean, bitch.
Wait, how can you Misty Step that far? I thought it was a 30
Don't worry
feet
about it. Don't worry about
spell. What?
No, it was mainly the reason why I described it that way is because the Feywild in Periphalon is innately linked to schools of magic, so that's why I was mentioning it that way, but nothing in particular for gameplay purposes.
So stuff like a dimension door and the spells teleportation circle, they're the higher level ones will be the ones I need to
Yeah, they'd be weird. That'd be a bit weird.
Okay.
You might
and
like slightly miss, or
I
what
do
about
have a question
spells?
about that.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, if we were on the Feywild plane, I think teleportation is conjuration, isn't it?
It is, I think, yeah.
If we were on that plane of the Feywild, would teleportation be perfectly fine, and other schools be a bit funky?
No.
Is that how it works,
No.
or is it?
It's sort of just slightly funky throughout. Yeah.
In general.
The Feywild's funky, guys.
Yeah.
Funky in the Feywild.
Funky in the Feywild, yeah. Hi, we're
Groovy,
from the
baby,
Feywild,
groovy.
and this is the Court of Shades.
Episode title.
So, yeah, unless there's anything you want to ask, I
Um,
will continue on.
I'm going to go up to Cassidy and I'm just going to ask him, coming with us and that, if we get into a fight, are you going to help or are you going to try to avoid it?
You're still on this, aren't you?
Jesus, not again.
Just curious.
It depends on the circumstance. If one of you is close to me and I get attacked, or something like that, I don't want to accidentally hit one of you. If I'm relatively secluded, I might have to. It all depends on the situation, Sidon.
Okay. I personally think that you should just wing it anyway. Just send it.
That time is sounding more pissed off.
Anyway, I think I see a thing. But yeah,
Start give him a sly wave and walk away. Just be like, yeah, just fight, man.
So yeah, as you're all continuing to walk, you see Sable suddenly stop in front of a large cluster of twisted, gnarled vines and leaves, and they sort of hold their staff in front of them. And she says, "Now, as you mentioned earlier, as I've mentioned, and I'm sure you know, the Fae is chaotic, twisted, much like these roots. You are about to meet some of its denizens. They will be amicable as long as you keep an open mind. But without any further ado, welcome to Umbra." And you see, she hits the staff on the ground, and you see this. You hear this long, drawn-out echo in the area, sort of bounces off some of the petrified trees and hits your ears. You hear the sounds of the forest itself moving. You hear wood begin to split and leaves rustling, and then in front of you, you see the cluster moves and forms into an archway, like a doorway for you to walk in. And
Maybe
Sable
just go
begins to walk.
straight away.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Is that a spell, or is that an effect of the wilds?
Bit of both.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No talent present? Yeah, Archer and Dexter.
So you all walk in, and you see through the leaves there are houses with purple roofs, grey bricks, and cobbled pathways. These streets have lanterns that give off a dim pinkish glow. A fountain sits to the far end of this main road, where a cross section sits, with a statue of a woman with sort of long, wavy hair, elven ears, and soft features, wearing a dress and holding flowers. The detail of the stone is immaculate, and it's very well made. I'll move you to the map of Umbra.
Is it someone that we recognise? Like a goddess or a figure of legend?
No, I'll say Maeve. You can make me a history check with advantage, if you'd like. You guys are coming in from the bottom of this map.
So there's no plate on it that says this is.
No, or at least
this is Charlotte.
From this distance, you can't.
Does it look very well kept, or does it look very dark and dingy? Does it look
the
kind of like? No. I meant like the whole city.
Oh, the town is like like a town. Yeah. It's like a swamp town. It's
swamp town.
Swamp town. So it's not like buildings are a little bit dilapidated, and it's not like super maybe a bit gothic, but not like
like gothic, but not broken.
Yeah,
if
it doesn't look eerie. It doesn't look eerie, is what I mean. It's like it's quite.
If this is swamp town, does that mean there's swamp boys? Swamp boys are about.
I knew you were gonna do it, and I hate you. With a 12, Maeve, you don't.
15.
What? Oh, 15? What was the DC
Use
on
my
my thing?
talisman.
Okay. So it's sort of far away, but you remember either reading about it or hearing someone say it. But you know, or you think, that the statue is of Gethin's daughter, Krissa, who who you vaguely recall to have died about 20, 25 years ago. But a few things stand out to you specifically. Chrysanthemums sit in baskets all over the streets with purple and grey bunting. There is a cloth-covered glass domed structure with a signpost outside that reads "Herbs and Maladies," which I will show.
Maladies, not melodies.
Yes. There is a small cluster of buildings, all turned towards a forge in the center. That has a sign on the back reading "The Shade Forge." There is which is probably the weirdest thing here, a large tree with what appears to be a humanoid-sized birdhouse attached. The words "Starlings now open" written on the side. And as well as that...
Be naughty to get put in that.
What was it called? Sorry, the Starlings what?
It's just Starlings now open.
Okay.
And then finally, there is a mid-sized buildings with a tower attached to one side, giving off the smells of old scrolls, sandalwood, and vanilla. Which I will show that.
That's a weird ass combination. Old scroll, vanilla, and what was
Sandalwood.
the third thing?
I assume that's just your wizarding shop of scrolls and wands.
Shame I ain't got no money. If anyone wants to buy Archer an early birthday present.
I
So
can get
it's
you a
like
present.
Ollivanders from Harry Potter.
That's what I was thinking.
But it also does lattes.
Yeah, you see Sable say, "I'm going to be waiting at the statue. If you need me, I'll be there. Have a look around.
Before you go, Sable,
Yes.
who is that on the statue? Who's it for?
That is Krissa, who is Gethin's daughter. She is no longer with us. But it just so happens that today is the anniversary of her passing.
Oh,
Who's Gethin, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was...
Sorry, Gethin is the emperor.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait,
right, okay.
Emperor. I thought it was just...
Can you
Sorry,
spell that for me, sorry, please?
Gethin.
Yeah,
Gethin.
I was so far off, Jesus Christ.
Let's just
you
spell
just-
it.
I spelled it with a Y and then an EN at the end.
I thought Gethin's like phonetically. It's
Yeah, I spelled it in my head phonetic.
Gethin is
Only with an A-N.
the...
instead of an I-N.
if this is... How long ago did she pass away?
I think 25 years ago.
Oh, so it's not still... never mind. Okay. Well, is he expecting us? Do we have time to...
He is expecting you, yes.
Well, should we not see him first and take to keep him waiting?
I suggest look around first. He's not expecting you at a time, just around now-ish. So, I mean, take...
I look at my clock. Well, it's 5 to now-ish.
Well, it's up to you. I suggest looking around, but obviously, if you want to meet him, you can. I will be by the statue, if you want me.
Looking to May for what she's doing, and we'll follow.
I'm going to go
She'd
to
like-
Starling's travelling trove.
Okay.
She'd wave a hand and she'd be like, "He can wait. It's fine."
Do we see any people about?
Yes, so you see... I say people's a strong word, that's not true. You see various
Creatures.
kinds... Yeah, I guess creatures is maybe...
I mean, they live in houses, so I'm going to assume that they are people.
So, I mean, if you want to make me an Arcana check, I can give you the specifics on, the creatures.
Yeah.
can I do that as well?
Faith on that.
With advantage, I guess.
Well, you would actually get advantage, because they are Fey.
I just 28.
16.
16? Okay, 16. Okay, well, between the two of you. You see, the occasional Darkling and Darkling Elder. You see some Spectres. You see some Meanlocks. See the occasional can't place it, maybe a Hag. You see Wraiths, things like that. Yeah. Pretty much any... Pick a weird Fey, pick an undead. You might see it.
Poltergeists.
Possibly, yeah.
They're invisible.
Well,
Not to me.
possibly not. But yeah, so is there anywhere specifically you guys are going?
I
Wow.
want to go to the Shade Forge.
I want to go to Starlings.
Jesus.
I will. Those places sound interesting, but I want to go to the place that smells like sandalwood and cafe latte. But I have no money, so I will follow Drac.
Okay. Cassian will just wait by the statue unless anyone wants him. They're just chatting to the Sable. So you're going to different place. Slab, where are you going?
Come to Starlings, Slab. This place looks interesting.
It does look cool. I do want to go there, but like, I part of me thinks it's a strip club.
Well, I'm curious as to why it's a tree with a human-sized birdhouse on it. So I'm
I've told you,
very curious.
Sidon. It's when you basically, you know, you're going to be rude to the Emperor. That's why he's putting you in jail.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like a big ass birdhouse where you can like send mail from or something like that.
Damn, that would have been good.
No, it's Sidon's prison.
It's called Starlings, and it says now open. I'm assuming it's a shop.
Oh yeah, so
Telling you.
So people are going. So there's people going to the Traveling Trove. There's people. Starlings. There's people going to the Shade Forge. Where are you going, Slab?
I'll go to Starling so I can annoy Sidon
Okay.
even more.
Archer, are you also going to the? Are you just following Drac?
Yeah, I spent all my money, so.
Okay. So you go to those. I'll roll a d4. We'll say, Maeve, are you going anywhere specific?
No, I think she's been here enough times. She's probably just like standing with Sable and Cassian.
Okay, so I roll a d4. 1 and 2 is Sidon and Slab. 1. Okay. So moving first to Starling's Traveling Trove. Hold on, let me find it. Yeah. So you walk up. The two of you walk up to this large birdhouse, and you sort of. It is like a birdhouse. You know, like where the bird would fly in and out. And you sort of look around a bit confused, and then as you look back to like the whole of the birdhouse, you see these set of large yellow eyes staring you from the inside.
Oh.
That's a big burb.
So I'm assuming, because like you said, it's like a birdhouse, right? So I'm assuming it's like a hole that's a little bit up from us. Like we'd have to get inside, we'd have to climb.
Very slightly.
Yeah. I shout up to the yellow eyes and like, "Hello. Is this a shop?"
Customers. You see, the eyes sort of blink. They're almost like owl eyes. And as you, they sort of climb out, and you see this large owl-like humanoid with sort of grey feathers and tattered wings, wearing this sort of like weirdly, I wouldn't say intricate, but like multicolored robe. And they say, "Welcome. Starlings is now open." And they like flourish their hands and look at the two of you. "What do you need? I can get you. I have some things. I can get you anything, eventually."
Are we able to come in and peruse? Oh, another big word.
Well,
Careful,
no.
Sidon.
If you need something, I might be able to get it. I might have it. I might be able to get it for you at some point.
At some point. So it's like Amazon.
What's that?
No,
Endangered rainforest.
I would just out of curiosity, you seems like this now open thing is like a new build.
Yes, I travel around the courts.
Only the courts, or have you ever thought about traveling out into the material plane as well?
No.
Nope. Okay.
Definitely
I mean, there's an untapped potential there.
All right. What do you need?
Wow. Anything I wanted, you could
Think
get
of
it.
this as like a general store, but they could get something else if you wanted it.
What if I were to say, maybe a couple of health potions?
Health potions. Well, I don't really stock things like that. I could get some for you. If you want to get health potions, this, you can't tell gender, sort of like fly up a bit and point to the domed structure. That's where you could find potions.
Oh, okay.
The herbs and maladies.
I tell you what. Here's an interesting one. How about Slab? Don't tell the others. This is going to be a surprise. How about
Oh God.
you see what I'm currently wearing? Would you be able to get something exactly like this, but more in Feywild colours instead of material plane colours?
Yes, I mean, Feywild colours is not very specific.
Well, I mean, I guess we're in the quarter shades, so maybe the quarter shade colours?
Purple and black.
Yeah.
That can be done. It could take a bit, but I could get it for you. Can I take your measurements?
Sure.
By the way, this whole time they blink out of time and not very often. They grab
so one eye blinks and then the other eye
Yes.
blinks.
They sort of look and grab like the fantasy equivalent of a measuring tape, and begin to take measurements, write things down. Okay. Yes. I can. That can be done. That can be done. It would take like 2 gold, maybe some time.
2 gold and a bit of time.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a good plan.
Silent.
Yeah.
You're forgetting an important purchase that you need to make.
Oh.
Have you got any common sense with this guy?
What?
I've been looking for that for years. For
Is
myself,
that an
I
item?
don't. I can't help with that.
I told you I'm coming here to annoy you.
So, how long would it take? Just out of curiosity.
Probably not longer than, let's say, a day.
Midday or
A day.
A day. Yeah, that yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Right. Half now, half when you get it.
Oh, half now, half when I get it. So 1 gold now.
Mhm.
And
Hold
the
on like
other
a
gold.
feathered hand.
1 gold deposit.
I give him a gold.
Thank you very much. This will be with you soon. Do you need anything? Points to you, Slab.
Not really. Like I say, I was here to annoy this guy.
Okay. And you see, they fly back into the bird's house and close it.
What an awesome idea! I genuinely, Slab. I hope this guy decides one day to just open material branches, and we just see him on our travels forever now.
Oh, Sidon's made a friend.
He's as dumb as I am.
Wow. That's offensive.
At least you're aware of it now.
Yeah, the Feywild's doing weird things to me.
Okay. So while you guys are there, Drac and Archon are going to the Shade Forge. So the two of you move to the small cluster of buildings. You see like a rising smoke plume coming from the forge in the middle. You hear the sound, you hear the hammering of metal and the sizzle of cooling blades. And approaching, you see a muscular-looking figure with sallow, greying skin, orange eyes, and a messy mop of black hair. And as you both walk towards it, his head snaps to turn to you, and he says, "What do you need?"
Oh, we're just browsing, I guess, or at least I am.
Right.
So,
Yes,
what
just
do you
browsing.
guys sell?
Well, you see he sort of gestures, and you see a variety of weapons, of ammunition. You see armor, things like that. But sort of as he's talking and interacting with you, he's obviously not hitting anything. But you can see, things floating, a hammer hitting some metal in the background. You see something being sanded down, but no sign of any hands or people moving it. But yeah, it's like weapons, ammo, armor. You see, there's a pair of stones, which I don't think you've seen any, but they appear to be sending stones, things like that. Things of that variety.
May I ask, how is that telekinesis you're using to put the whammy on the hammer? Sorry, I couldn't think of the word.
Oh, you can't see them. They are, my friends. They are shades.
Ah,
Oh, that explains that.
well, excellent. And do you have a variety of things that you could sell? Do you have perhaps elven chain?
Not sure about that. I could maybe make some. Sort of looks around. And I'll just send what I have for his stock. I'll put it in.
I can't afford it. I'm just asking.
No, I know. Yeah. What's that one? It's like stuff like that.
Where have you put this? Sorry, on
In the Roll20.
Braced defenses. Interesting, but
Yeah,
redundant.
but Jesus, money.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you. And are these all things you've made yourself?
Mostly.
Well,
I sometimes have other people make it, and I sell it, but most of these that I and the Shades make.
And I suppose that's why it's called the Shade Forge, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah. Makes sense when you know. Okay, well, thank you very much. If we say make a large purchase, not today, but perhaps another day, could we perhaps look to get a frequent flyers discount, something along those lines?
You see, he, like, taps the side of his nose and says, well, everything in the Court of Shades, or in here, can be, doesn't always have to be money. It can be favors, it can be deals. But I will mention, looking for some petrified blightwood. And if you get that, I might be able to lower the cost a bit.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure if I see anything that
You can make me an Arcana check if you want to figure out what.
Yes. Ouch. 16.
16? Yeah, I'll get it. I'll allow it. Petrified blightwood is how do I describe it? It's found when blights, like tree blights or twig blights, or just those two, are killed by necrotic damage.
Oh, so we could make it ourselves?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I have any necrotic damage. I'm sure I could figure something out.
Well, I do.
Oh, well, okay. I will definitely keep an eye out. Is there anything else you are particularly keen to find?
Nothing right now.
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, very good to know. So, thank you.
Yeah, he nods and lets you get on your way. Maeve, are you having any specific conversations with Cassian or Sable or both?
Probably talking about the whole thing, like the reason we're here, seeing what Sable has to say about it. Not sure what she'd ask, but just imagine they're mid-conversation and Maeve is like properly introducing Sable to Cassian and Cassian to Sable and just being like, this is the person who helped me to get the information, the reason we're here.
Cassian nods and gives like a slight bow and like shakes Sable's hands. Sable says, "Oh, well, you were the one I was getting this information for. Well, it's good to put a face to a name, or a face to an idea. I'm sure the Emperor might have some questions for all of you. Don't
I'm not
worry.
gonna make you RP with yourself. So
Yeah, no, it's just saying this. She's saying this to both of you.
Yeah.
Because of the day that it is, he's not in the best of moods. Don't tell anyone else that. But he is happy to help and to see you and to talk properly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, here comes your friends. So I assume I assume everyone moves over or like comes back to the statue where they see Sable and Maven.
I wouldn't mind poking my head into the quite obviously wizardy spell shop just to see
I
what
would
it is.
Follow Archer on
Okay.
there because
we can do that.
reasons.
Okay. So you step to the sort of the towered building. Where is it? The smell of old scrolls, sandalwood, and vanilla slightly overwhelm your senses. There are orange lights giving an inviting feeling to the interior. Looking through any windows, you see stacks and stacks of books, with tendrils of shadow reaching out to grab them. The door is slightly open, and, being you two, you probably can't help but want to go in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I do like this place.
Yeah. Yes, it seems. It's interesting. It's interesting decor.
Mm-hmm. So, entering, the smells overwhelm you, and you see those stacks of books go very high, almost to the roof. There are many chairs around with a handful of people quietly reading, and it takes you a moment, but you look up, and lying on a hammock, tied between the top of two bookshelves, is a shaded figure wearing a cloak. The head is looking down, slightly tilted towards the door. It's like a grey skull, and they have a book in a long, spindly hand. I think I have an image for this. Something along the lines of this.
Ooh, freaky.
Okay, wow. Do they acknowledge us as we walk in?
They've clearly noticed you. They're not going to say anything, but it's clearly maybe like a library or a place of learning. But you can talk to them if you want to. It's up to you.
Yeah, give it a bash. Excuse me.
You hold on, I'm trying to find it. Yeah, so you see the form glide down slightly from the hammock that he was on. I tell that the form is probably masculine. And you see he gives a bow and says, "What can I do for you?"
Oh, well, just browsing really. Is this a library or a shop or what's the?
It is a place of learning.
Well, every place could be a place of learning.
Well spoken. This is a place to read, to indulge. If you would like to take something, it can be, but it will need to be brought back. I'm very happy with my collection.
Okay, well, what kind of things do you have here? We're not from these parts, you see.
I have books on many a thing. Gods, the Feywild, the world, Periphalon. Anything you could think, I might have something on it. What's your passive perception, Archeron? Or investigation, actually?
Passive investigation is 17.
What's perception?
Perception's like 13, 12.
Right, that's fine. So as he is talking, you can see around his neck, there appears to be a holy symbol. Or something like that. It appears to be, you recognize it pretty quickly as a holy symbol of Vistali.
Oh, right, okay, that's the one I follow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you... I see you are a follower of the Weaver of Mysteries and the Great Unknown, as I have drawn myself that way. Do you have any books I may borrow on Vistali?
Some, of course. It is my god of choice.
Good choice.
Part of the reason I'm like this, but that's neither here nor there. I am Roman, by the way. What are your names?
Drac.
Yes, you may call me Axe.
Of course. if there is anything you would like to read, please do. I would ask you don't take anything. But while you're in here and not talking to me, please be quiet. And you see it's just quiet, the voice like echoes slightly. I don't like it when people are noisy.
Oh, I think I don't have message. Shit. But whilst we still have you, do you have any books on? Well, this is kind of awkward. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is I'm looking for. A friend of ours seems to have made a minor faux pas, a small foible. I'm going to describe Sidon's belt and ask if this fella thing can help us give us a pointer. I'm going to mention that they want, because I don't think Sidon told us anything about like the name of the creature or the devil. It's just like a big wolf. That's all.
Sidon doesn't know the name of the creature.
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah. So I'm going to give as much information as I can, and say that the follower was a follower of Odaluna, who had previously, give as much information on Sidon as I can give. So, follower of Odaluna who decided to embrace the duality of man in a lake.
Is Sidon a follower of Odaluna?
Wasn't it? Was it not Odaluna?
No, not really a follower of anyone. It's just sort of circumstance.
Are you thinking of the woman?
The woman, yeah. Sorry, I thought it was Odaluna for a moment, but I can't scroll back to my notes.
I know, but I don't know if you guys know it.
I assume she's Odaluna, but if she's not, then Archon would know that if James had forgotten.
I don't think you know, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, no,
okay.
I don't think we know.
I would describe it, and I would describe the large wolf creature that Sidon described to us. The fact that he's been asked to go to Pyra to collect a woman, that kind of thing. Pick up chicks, whatever. I don't know.
Let's go ahead and make a history check.
Road trip.
Oh, fucking hell.
Can I give him advantage because I've got proficiency?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah, because I want to know, man.
Oh, fucking hell.
I can cast a spell on him to give him a D6.
Do you mention that the thing had a Bissell on it?
Yes, I tell him all the information on the belt. If you want, I could bring the belt in there. He might offer to take it off. I wouldn't take him up on that. It's not the noise. It's assault on the senses, visual, not auditory, nasal.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything related to that specifically, but you're welcome to read on the Abyss.
Yes, yes, I think I may. So books need to remain in here, you say?
Yes.
Shame. I don't know how long we have. Awkward question. I'm not from these parts.
For fee or favour, it can be taken.
What kind of fee?
Kind of fee.
Depends on the book, I guess. Also,
2 copper a day, we'll say.
Oh, yes, I think
it's not a big. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I can afford that. And in terms of favors, what kind of favors would you be expecting?
Well,
Just we've been asked to pick up some wood by one of your fellow denizens.
Well, I don't have anything in mind currently, but even information about the world, about Periphalon, would be of great knowledge to me, and I would likely write it down.
Oh, I can tell you about Periphalon. Yes, yeah. What would you like to know?
Like, leans in very close and says, anything.
Well, the weather at the moment was clement. There is a siren in the it travelled through the Feywild in and around Crown Top. I don't know if
you see as you're speaking, he is like it's gonna sound really disgusting. His hand is like bent all the way back, like behind him, and there is a tendril of shadow writing on a book, like basically like transcribing what you're saying.
So I'm going to give him basically I'm going to overlay our entire adventures for him, and when we reach the end of the thing, I say, well, what would that be worth?
A week?
What?
What?
Oh,
If
no.
you're taking-
In terms of, is there anything perhaps that you could give me in terms of, say, for example, if you have any spells lying around that you, first level spells you don't need lying around?
Well,
Just
we do
stuff.
have spells. There are books with spells around. There's been one that I've been working on. If we take some time, you could learn that.
Yes, always keen to try new spells.
It would take some time and some patience, but I have been meaning to pass it on to someone.
If it helps, it won't take as much time with me.
Well, you have to. It's not all about writing. It's sometimes about the essence of it. If not the way to put it.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
Archie, maybe we could take that after we seen the Emperor.
Yes, we need to go and see the Emperor. Yes, but I can pop in later if you want us to. If you think that information is worthy of being involved in learning a new spell, I would be very grateful.
Well, I've been meaning to pass it on, and that would be a good reason.
Yes. Well, yeah. Excellent.
You see,
Excellent.
He hands you one of the books on the abyss and says, "You can take that for now."
Thank you. I shall read it and bring it back as soon as I'm able, or get it sent back to you.
Mm-hmm. And as you walk out, you see he just looks at you with a little long bony hand and says, "Bye bye."
I love you. Bye. Blows him a kiss.
Hope to
Damn,
see
I
you
think he was into
later.
me though. What does that tendril do though?
Aww.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
But yeah, so we'll say you all meet up back where at the statue. And Sable says, "Well, are you all ready to meet the Emperor?"
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Great.
guess so.
Well, follow me. And you see they lead you sort of further up to the large mansion-like building. There are it's almost like a castle with turrets and battlements, almost like arrow slits. You see the roof is a deep purple, and there's sort of a dark stone outside, sort of looming above you. So it's very tall, and it's a big building. You see a set of double doors stand like sentinels with a metallic ringed door knocker. To the right of this building on the path, you do see a smaller, two-story house. Still a big house, but smaller in comparison. But yeah, so Sable leads you there. 1 second. And you see she grabs the knocker and hits it twice, and you hear it echo through and into whatever room is behind it. And you see as she begins to open the doors, you hear her say, "Everyone, please be respectful. He is in the best of moods," and then keeps walking.
Maeve's gonna turn and look at Sidon. That means you too.
What the fuck? Why she said it now? We could have brought a gift. I mean, what the fuck?
Archeron.
Starts whistling like a kettle.
Stop panicking, bro.
She's gonna let Sable take a few more steps. She's gonna turn to the group. "Do not show me up. I mean it."
Is that a challenge?
No.
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
So, but what do you mean? How do you mean? Show you up?
She's gonna look at Sidon again.
What?
Best behavior.
Always on my best behavior.
And Sidon,
He was
Insight
pouting.
check.
best behavior.
I mean, he's lying. But yeah, as she says that, Sable was beginning to open the door, but it hits the staff on the ground, and the doors begin to properly swing open. You hear the sound of creaking wood, and see purple grey stone stretching for almost 200 feet down the middle. 200 feet down the middle is a deep black marble pathway with almost veins of white through it, as well as a gold trim. Just before a set of stairs is an octagonal platform where people would stand to address someone. But at the top of the stairs is an obsidian chair with a man looking at you. He has grey skin, past shoulder-length hair, shoulder-length white hair, sharp cheekbones. His eyes are a bright glowing white, and on his skin are platinum white marks to give off a faint glow. The man wears a deep blue collared shirt and grey trousers. I'll send the image of this person. There you go. But Sable leads you all in, and as you leads you all towards him, and as you are all walking in, Maeve, your marks start to glow slightly as well. Just a very faint glow. You're coming from the bottom of this map. Sable.
Jesus, that's big.
It's a big map, yeah. Sable leads you all up. Slowly, you hear like the echoes of footsteps after every step. And she leads you up to the octagonal platform where you would talk.
I'm just gonna move him here.
Yeah. And you see she looks to you all and says, "You are in the presence of the Emperor of Shades. Please and you see she's cut off as the man puts up his hand and then like sits up and leans a bit forward. And now, sort of looking at him properly, he's clearly about 9 feet tall. And he says, "Friends, family, honored guests, you need not kneel in the court of shades. I am Gethin, the Emperor of Shades, and it is my pleasure to welcome most of you into my house for the first time. What have you learned, I wonder? And what have you come to do?" And you see he sits back slightly, his eyes scanning each one of you as he gestures for you to speak.
Are you guys waiting for me to go first?
Yeah, I forgot what he said.
I'm going to. He said that we don't have to kneel.
I'm going to
I'm
interrupt.
gonna walk forward.
I'm going to interrupt. No, I'm not letting Sidon go first. Fuck that.
I'm
Sidon's going
walk
to get us all
forward.
killed. No, Maeve's going to walk to the front of the thing and say, "It's good to see you again."
You see... you see he,
I ain't dying today.
he nods and, looks to all of you. "It is good to see you again, and it's nice to see that you've brought some friends to the court."
I offer my hand for a handshake.
You see where he is, right?
Yeah. I can jump that.
Oh my fucking lord.
What the fuck?
I'm
What
not
are you
gonna.
doing?
Maeve, you did tell him to do that.
I'm offering a handshake.
Yes, but I thought he had common sense. Or at least a little bit of it.
I walk up, but I'm not going to go all the way around because that'll be effort. I'm just going to offer the handshake.
Sidon, just come back here. You see that he's sitting up there, right? You can't reach that far with your hand.
How high up is it? Because I might be
No,
able to.
no.
It's like just over 10, like 12 feet.
I know exactly what you're thinking. And
Yeah, no,
You
I offer the handshake.
Yeah,
You
don't.
see, his hand, he like reaches a hand out, and you see this like shadowy tendril of a hand come out and shake yours.
That scene wasn't so bad at all, guys. He said not to bow, but I still
I'm
wanted
not
to show
gonna
some
say
respect.
anything.
A handshake
He
is
actually
good
said
for
not to
us.
kneel.
Yeah. So, but I still wanted to show some form of respect.
I think Maeve's gonna, like, as Sidon walks back, she's gonna, like, look to Gethin and, like, mouth, "I'm so sorry."
He like gives like a slight, like a half nod. It's like, it's fine. But yeah, and he like sits back again, like waiting for you all to, you know, ask to say something.
Well, that's
Uh.
Sidon.
What's up?
And then she'd, like, go around in the circle and be like, "Drac, Slab, Cassian, Archeron, and Porridge.
Yeah, when you say my name, I'm gonna bow to him just because it's the polite thing to do.
You don't need to bow, don't worry.
Well, just good manners, you know.
Respectable. What is it that you need?
I thought you wanted to see us.
Well, I do, but I assume you want something.
I'm here for the crack.
Well, we are looking
and
for the
that's
place where Cassian was turned, right?
Yeah. The passage to that place would be...
Perhaps we
Bloody
should
fine.
start with that. She's like, oh god. Gethin, how much has Sable told you about Cassian?
Enough. A bit. I know about, Deirdre. I know about this Fey vampire. He does, like, air quotes.
Mhm.
And I know about you.
And he, like, leans in and looks to Cassian.
You, young vampire.
And he, like, looks intently at Cassian. And Cassian, like, who's a very... I wouldn't describe Cassian as nervous.
Mhm.
But he sort of, like, almost shrinks back slightly. And Gethin says, referring to Cassian,
There appears to be an essence within you. Chaos.
and he, like, looks for a second.
I know you know of Deirdre, the Fey vampire, in the Court of Shapeweavers. It seems like that's the best lead you have. I don't know any more than that. I can give you means to get in, but I don't have influence there, as I've only met Ilari the Shifter but a handful of times.
Okay. Well, any help would be good.
Well, you have safe enough passage through the Court of Shades. Sable can be with you for some of the time. And I can give you the means to get into the Court of Shapeweavers.
Thank you.
Can't Sable join us on the journey to the Court of Shades? Won't having an emissary from you allow for better political what's-my-who's-its?
Maeve is emissary enough. And Sable has her own jobs, and she can't always be babying you all around.
Maeve would like smirk as like, finally, some
Finally what?
some respect.
Yeah, and I think as long as we get in there and talk to them, I think it's gonna be fine, right? Like they're not gonna attack us if we don't attack, right?
There's no reason for them to attack on sight.
Yeah, good.
And since Sable went to the Court of Shapeweavers relatively recently, I think they'll be expecting something.
Maeve's gonna, while they're talking, gonna like turn and take a peek at Archeron to see how he's doing.
He's you've seen him worry at the side of his jacket before. He's been pretty much silent the entire probably before they walked into the room.
Yeah.
And it's just like would he have his eyes closed? Yeah, probably. Like he's like he's counting back from 10 in his head, just without ever reaching 1, kind of thing.
Yeah. I think if at any point he opened his eyes even to like peek, Maeve would like hold out a hand as if to say like, it's okay, you can come forward, kind of thing.
He's desperately trying not to foul up.
Mm-hmm.
So we have with secure and passage to the Court of Shapeweavers. Is there anything else you wanted to talk to us about? You did ask for us specifically. Was it only about going to the Court of Shapeweavers, or is there anything else that needed to be discussed?
Well, I want to have a conversation with Maeve in private. But I wanted to make sure you were informed correctly on what you're doing more than anything. And I know moving between planes isn't the easiest thing, so I can provide rooms if you'd like it. And it was mainly to get a sense of what Ilani and what Maeve and what I am dealing with.
Ilani? Wait,
Ilani is the Archfey of the Court of Shapeweavers.
Oh, right.
She'd give him a look as if to say, like, you can see what I'm dealing with.
Well, rooms would be very much appreciated.
Well, I'm not sure how long you're staying, but if you wish,
And you see he looks to Sable for a moment.
there is a smaller building beside the castle. We can put you up there for the time being. There should be rooms enough for all of you.
Yeah, because I think at least I'm a little bit confused about traveling through planes, so maybe take the day to rest and then head out to the Court of Shadeweavers tomorrow.
Yeah, I like that plan. I know we were given food in the material plane, but if we needed to, is there any food that we can eat here in the Feywild?
Yes, we
Not
don't.
mystery meat again.
We're not monsters. We eat like people.
No, I
We
assumed, but I
We
was like,
eat like people.
yeah, I was just wondering on essentially what type of game you would have in the Feywild.
Well, it probably isn't what you're accustomed to, but it will suffice, don't worry.
And it's not just like food that only dead ghosts and zombies would eat, right?
Sidon, they're not dead.
They're all dead people.
Yeah, but not all of them are dead.
Give me strength.
No, Sidon, it's not just food that ghosts and dead people eat. You can ask Maeve, she's been here before, she's eaten food.
Also, we had asked this question. I don't know whether you weren't here for that week, but we did ask whether or not that was a concern. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think I was here for that. I assume that's why you asked Alex to produce food, actually.
Yeah, family. Yeah. Well, we didn't know how long we'd be either. So.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I think I'm good. Anyone else got any questions?
Just out of game, this really bothers me so fucking much.
Why did you point that? I didn't say that. Why did you point that out? I'm gonna look at the top bit so I can't say it.
Wait, what?
This piece of is like not in the right place.
I was going to say as well, like, at a game, as in, like, when everyone's sort of, anyone else got any questions? The instant thing I think of, where do babies come from?
Well, I don't have any questions for now, at least.
He nods.
Well, Sable can show you to the home.
And you see he sort of goes quiet for a second, and Maeve in your head, he says,
I will come to see you later. I will talk to you soon.
and then looks back to everyone else. That happened like very quickly.
You just nod.
But please enjoy the Court of Shapeweavers. Court of Shades. Fuck. But please enjoy the Court of Shades.
Thank you.
So gives a nod, and Sable begins to lead you all out. Well, please follow me.
following the leader.
The leader.
And they lead you out of the castle towards that 2-story building that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. Do I have a description for it? I probably do. No. Basically, it is in similar style to the castle, but a lot smaller. Purple brick, grey stone, large windows, things like that. Sable goes to the door and like hits the stuff on the ground to unlock the door, but also hands you, Maeve, a key.
Mhm.
This is Umbra Manor. You can stay. No one's currently here, so you can stay for as long as you'd like. Make yourselves at home. There should be everything that you need. And I'll change the
Well,
map.
as long as there's a bed there, it's fine.
This is a very good map.
Stable. You say no one's here at the minute. Does this mean this is like usually someone else is lodging, but they're away at the moment?
It's
Or...
if the Emperor needs someone to stay, or something like that. So not really.
So it's his... where he sends his consorts.
It's where he sends friends of the court.
Yeah, consorts.
Yes. I'm surprised you're using big words.
Sidon, you know that calendar we got for you is supposed to be 1 word a day, not all of them in a day.
I had nothing to do.
That would be disingenuous of me.
But yes, I will be around if you need anything. James, you're on the other side of the map. I'll be around.
Oh
if
shit,
you
this is
need
massive.
anything. Yeah. I'll be around.
Thank you very much.
And she closes the door behind her and exits. And you guys now have. You are now in Umbra Manor, which is this very large manor house, probably rivaling the size of Cassian's house. The downstairs there is a sitting room. There is a room with a lot of books, like a library. There is a dining room. There's a kitchen. There's a bathroom. Then the top floor there is a whole bunch of bedrooms with bathrooms attached.
The statue in the center on the map, is that actually
Yes.
there?
Yes, because I made this map. Spent ages making this map. The statue in the center is of... Where is it? Why didn't I write that down? It is of Gethin and a woman you don't recognize. Gethin
Is she elven or is she?
It looks to be sort of have those sort of features. You can assume it's probably the mother of Chrissa, if you know, assuming.
Don't mean to be rude. Oh, well, who am I kidding?
Shall I roll a wisdom save?
Depending on what he says, I'll make him roll a wisdom save.
It just seems a bit weird to have like a big statue of yourself and your wife inside of a manor that you would send your friends to. Well, not your friends, but like your political parties and people you would have in the court. Just seems weird. Bit vain.
I won't class that as rude.
That's rich.
So, where is the library? Is this?
So the library is
or
it's this
this?
room.
Oh, then I'll
Yeah.
be going there.
Alton's going to take out that book on the abyss and read it in the library.
Can I check the library if they have any books on draconic, like
A
the
language?
wordings and yeah?
Make me an investigation check.
Let's see, where do we have investigation? There. Normal or advantage? Guessing normal.
Normal. Sorry, I was blowing my nose.
Yeah. 13.
13? You find some book on languages, like Draconic 101, Draconic for Dummies.
Yeah, I take that one out and started reading.
Okay.
I think
so-
Maeve would. Sorry.
No, go on.
No, I think Maeve would just head over to Cassian just because obviously she saw that he didn't look scared, but looked a bit
Overwhelmed.
yeah. So she'd probably just go over and be like, "Is everything okay?"
Yes, it's fine. He has a very intense stare.
You get used to it.
Well, I hope so. If I'm here for some time, I don't know how I feel if I have that sort of emotion every time he looks at me.
Mhm.
But the idea of chaos is interesting.
Yes.
I'm
that's
not
fine.
really sure how that comes together. But it's definitely something, so I'm not complaining.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. I'm going to sit and warm myself by the fire. I'm cold.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
goes
of course, it's cold. It's fucking dead.
I was about to say, can vampires feel cold?
yeah.
This is so mean.
There's a reason I always describe him as near a fire and stuff if he's in his house.
I think Maeve would be like pottering around because I imagine she's. Correct me if I'm wrong. Been here before.
I will correct you because you are. You have not been in here before.
Okay.
You would have seen the building, but you wouldn't have been in it.
Huh.
I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna choose a bedroom before anyone else can.
For fuck's sake.
What? No one else is doing it?
Okay, so you go upstairs.
And Room with 2 beds and I don't want to share with someone.
So the only thing I'll say is upstairs, written in like a very intricate purple script. Like it's gonna be like magical, but it's written on the door of this room.
Yeah.
It does say Maeve's room.
It's cool.
Watch him try and take it.
I know. I thought I was making res to it. So
Yeah, if you break the door, you might break the spell.
I was actually thinking of the room with the red bed anyway.
Wait, I want to go upstairs. I want to see this map.
Well, it's,
I would like to.
the same map.
So,
yeah, it's just on
it's on
to
the
the
other
side.
Oh my god, this
Yeah.
map is huge.
so is it like upstairs? Is there like an actual like hole down here where you can look down?
Yeah,
Is it
so it's like a
balcony?
balcony. Yeah,
Ah.
so you can
And
see
that's
Maeve's room.
this one.
And there are 2 ways upstairs.
yeah.
There's some here, which I assume leads to there, and then
Yeah.
this stair room, which leads over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, cool. Yes, I wanted the red one.
Mhm.
Yes, the biggest room.
Should have color coded this. I did kind of color code this.
So what's in this
Yeah.
book on the Abyss?
Oh, sorry.
That's only really impatient. Sorry, my arm's fucking killing. Yes, I would like to know what was in that book on the Abyss.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Can you make me an investigation check with advantage?
Yes. Where's my thingy?
How the fuck am I
My
looking?
passive is 17.
Okay,
Just by looking at the book.
8. Okay, wait, that's
22.
22. Okay, so someone's probably have to be given a later date because they don't have a massive amount of information for you yet. Trying to where the fuck is it? My OneNote is just dumb. So you get the things that I think you as players know. Obviously, the Abyss is a realm of pure chaos and demons, not devils, demons, guys. And where the fuck is it?
If you want to just pass it to me at a later
I
date.
will pass you more of this later. But I do have a bit. So obviously the Abyss is a realm of chaos and demons and like shadow and darkness. There is almost like how in normal D&D there is like layers to the Abyss, but it's not like the infinite layers of the Abyss. There is like a set amount which I don't have currently, but there is. You read with a 22. I'll give you this. There is a demonic creature that is said to rule at least one of the layers of the abyss, which is known as, good luck spelling this, I'll let you try and spell it before I send it, Vraxinth.
Braxton.
1 second. Who rules one layer? So I'm trying to type with one. That's a pain in the ass. Layer called Raxinth.
Vraxinth with a V.
Vraxinth. Okay. Okay.
I'll guarantee you spell that wrong.
Veraksyntth.
So wrong. You got the V.
Vraxinth.
Yeah.
You know what? Doesn't matter.
I spelled it VARACKSYNTH. Vraxinth.
Well, it's like Vrax rather than Varax. There's no thing there. But some would describe them as, what is it? Is it a demon lord? Is that the right phrase? Some would describe them almost like a demigod. They sort of see like sketches and things of. I'm trying to find it. Like a sort of androgynous-looking, obsidian-skinned creature. That can seems to shows take many forms, uses smoke and shadow. They're said to use alluring and alluring, intoxicating, things like that to lure people in. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I have something else. Maybe I don't. Yes. So
That's
with
alright.
with the 22, there is one more thing that I will say. Vraxinth has, I think the closest word would be kin or offspring, or people who are believed to be kin or offspring, which are known as witch elves, like witch and then elves, who use that sort of essence and power to fuel themselves.
Okay.
Things like that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I suppose
I might be able to give you more at a later date, but I don't have
That's
anything
fine.
else.
Yeah, I'll pass you for it later. He's going to bury himself in his book.
Yeah, and after that you get disturbed by Dracus trying to pronounce words in Draconic.
Yeah, you hear it. Yeah.
After about 20 minutes, you hear a slice like, Drac, I have comprehend languages. If you would like the comprehend language spell, I can give you the comprehend language spell.
Yeah, thank you, but I'd really like to learn the language for reals, if you know what I mean. But if I'm disturbing you, I can just go to a different room.
No, sorry. I'm just a bit on edge. It's fine, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's fine.
But yeah, if people would like to pick the rooms they're going to, you can, just so I know.
I take this one.
Decisions.
So, which one is the out of...
So the one that
this one's main room here.
This purple, the purple and black themed one.
I will take
There's the red theme on the side, and there's the green one. There's the green one, and then there's the duo room.
I'll go for the green room. It's got a toilet.
There's a toilet in all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Oh, that's another one.
There's a toilet and a bath in all of them.
So it looks by process of elimination.
You're bunking with Cassian, who doesn't sleep, so you're fine.
I've got so much room for activities.
I just imagine Slab having zoomies around the room.
Oh no.
Cassian just standing there like...
Yeah, Cassian will be in the library, won't he?
I'm going to
Or
sleep
Maeve's
downstairs on the sofa.
Or
Well,
Maeve's room.
Maeve does have a 2-person bed, so
Hey, listen, every room apart from the room with 2 beds has 2-person beds.
just saying.
I'm aware.
It's like you actually made this map.
I know, it's crazy. It's like I spent hours making this map. Absolutely hours.
Crazy.
But yeah, is there anything apart? Like, obviously, you guys were reading and trying to learn Draconic, and probably failing to learn Draconic.
Yeah.
Actually, Jack, can you make me a performance check?
Oh god. This is gonna be bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
told you.
It sounds like he's doing something else in the corner, not speaking Draconic. But yeah, is there anything you guys are doing?
Yeah,
In the meantime,
so this couple of questions. How much of this book have I read in like say if I dedicate 3 hours to it?
we'll say, because I haven't given you everything. I know there's more than I can. We'll say you've read like a third.
Okay. Once he's kind of
Or, like,
had
half.
enough of this. Yeah, once he's had enough of this particular author, he's going to glance around the library and see if there's any other books that pique his interest.
Yeah, what sort of books are you thinking? Pretty much just pick a book, and pick a genre.
Yeah, so obviously anything about spells and magic, anything about the court of Shapeweavers. There was a name mentioned. I think it was Delilah, which is the first time I think Archon's heard it mentioned. It doesn't appear anywhere in my notes.
Ilani?
No, the vampire that bit. What's his face?
Oh, Deirdre.
Deirdre. I knew it was something like that.
I think it's the first time Archon's heard it. It's been said before, but I don't know if Archon's heard it.
Yeah, no one's decided to mention it to him.
Well, I think the only people who have heard before that was Maven Gassian. I can spell it for you. Hold on.
I'll try to. Is it Deirdre?
Yes, like the Irish name.
Yeah, I spelled this wrong.
Okay,
And I work with a Deirdre.
Well, I think there's like 2 different spellings. So
Yeah. So looking for stuff on the court of Shapeweavers and anything about like interesting Fey magical stuff. Just like a little bit of light bedtime reading or anything. Maybe something a little bit off the beaten path. He's a big fan of academic text, but if there's anything, any books of poetry or any books like fiction books that you wouldn't have seen before, maybe you'll take them for a bit of bedtime reading.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but about the Court of Shapeweavers and Fey magic, I can give you a bit more. So it's said that the Court of Shapeweavers is comprised of lush forest and small settlements. As mentioned before, Ilani the Shifter is the archfey that watches over it. I'll spell Ilani for you. Ilani is spelled like that. And throughout the court, they have a habit of like taking in people who are ostracized or having trouble, living their own lives because of how they look or things like that. I'll say Ilani takes the form. She is, her name is Ilani the Shifter, so she can change her form like at will. But the form that she most commonly takes is one of a centaur. Let me find it. I didn't do this image, but it's the closest thing I have until I do end up doing one. In general, she takes the form of a centaur with like a sort of dark fur and then sort of tanned skin for the human half, with sort of long brown hair, things like that. Have a look. She's known to be very wise. And very elegant. She sort of serves as a protector of the vulnerable and ostracized people. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. These books here, I'm guessing because this is like a generally unoccupied home, these books may not be missed if, say, one were to perhaps find its way in someone's bag.
I mean, yeah, probably. If there's a lot of books in there.
Yeah, I will keep an eye out for other books that might pique my interest, and then retire to. Presumably, is that the end of the adventuring day? Like, is it?
It's up to you guys. But I will. Yeah.
I was wondering if are we locked to the city, or am I able to not go far, but am I able to come in and out of the city and explore the outskirts?
Here's the thing. I'm not.
Would it lock?
You're not locked to the city, but I won't be suggesting it.
Mm.
You're in the Feywild. There's a lot of necromancy. That, my friend, is up to you.
Mm. I don't want to. Like, if I were to leave, if I went out into the city and I asked someone in the city, just sort of like a civilian, and just been like, if I exited the main gate, could I come back in, or would the gate just shut me out completely?
You see this small darkling, which is like like an evil fairy, essentially, like normally in D&D. You see that he says, well, if you go out and you're not a member, or you don't have a sigil of the city, or a way to get back in, it might be a bit difficult.
Oh. I don't think I have it.
Impossible, but difficult.
It sounds like a bit of a challenge, but a bit too much of a challenge in an unfamiliar territory. And I've broken into one city already. I don't want to have to do it again. Not this city, don't worry. I'm on the Feywild city. I'll just walk around the city for a while then.
Okay.
Just have a look.
So sorry, going back, Archon, you were also looking at like Fey magic. What's the other thing?
And non-fiction books. Sorry, fiction books and poetry, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause in my head, the Fae is like the world of imagination, but they can't create imaginative stuff. Like that's why they need in my headcanon, that's why they need the main world, is because we have the imagination that they can like live. And I don't know if that's the same for you.
It's not, but I see what you mean. It's just like it's the Feywild is pretty much the manifestation of magic. And each court represents, the innate magic that's in, the prime-material plane, but skews it slightly or heightens it or something.
Well, for me, it was that's why the Darklings and the what are they called? The Unseelie Court. No, the Winter Court would steal the children. It's because children have a limitless imagination, which they can not feed off, but use to, make the Fae an interesting and wild place. They have the power to do it, but not the imagination for it. That's always been my headcanon about it.
Okay.
But if that's not the case, that's fine. So just like fiction and poetry books, just nothing. I don't need to take me through it. It's just something for Archeron to read and flick through. If it is the end of the adventuring day, he'd retire to his room, and you'd hear the unmistakable sounds of him casting some spells. He's going to cast alarm on his door and then a ritual inside of his room.
The only thing I will mention about the Fey magic is that obviously every Archfey is very, very good at the magic that they represent. So if you wanted to learn very specific types of magic at a very high level, they are very good people to talk to about it.
Okay, I don't have a huge burning need for necromancy.
I'm just letting you know if you go anywhere,
Yeah. Okay.
So obviously, Shapeweavers is transmutation.
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I don't really have a huge amount of necromancy spells. Presumably then there will be stuff about the powers of necromancy and what it can do, other than effectively rot people from the inside out. So I'll probably look at some if there are any books on necromancy magic that perhaps if we get another audience with the Emperor at a later date, I could speak to him about.
Pretty much pick a necromancy spell, or you can come up with one and we can probably figure it out. But yeah, unless there's anything else people want to do. Son, are you doing anything specific while you're looking around Umbra?
I want to find a Feywild pub. I want to see some Mos Eisley Cantina level stuff with many different Feywild creatures in there.
Yeah, you find
more mystery
meat. Oh Jesus, what do I call this? I can't come up with things at this point. You find generic.
The Wailing Banshee.
No, it's not bad.
Terrible.
You find a tavern. I'll name it later. So yeah, you find that tavern, and I assume you walk in, and you see like the hustle and bustle of a lot of Fey and undead. It's a very strange sight for someone who's from the Primaterial Plane to see a whole bunch of, like, you know, in the nicest way possible, dead people and ghosts and stuff, you know, like, around, as well as creatures you've been told to, like, stay away from in, like, children's fairy tales and storybooks and stuff. Like, you see a hag just sitting there and drinking and eating and talking. See all manner of people pretty much take, like, say a
Let him
fey
out
creature,
on his
take your
own.
pick.
Who thought that was a good idea to let him out on his own? We're screwed. We're gonna get kicked out.
I don't think
Just
anyone
you,
really
just-
know that he's out.
yeah, I just kind of do my own thing.
Uh-huh.
I just leave the house. While I'm inside this tavern and I see all the creatures, I just sort of pull my astral visage up just so I have something going on. So I kind of blend in to some degree because it's weird.
Okay.
And so I just so I have 10 minutes of that, and I just sort of walk into the bartender and just be like, "Hey, so what's the craziest Feywild drink you have?"
The bartender who's like, who's this bartender? He is is it called a mean lock?
Okay.
I'm trying to remember if I'm
Simon's
thinking of the
gonna
right
get
creature.
ripped off.
Just trying to see if I'm thinking of the right thing.
Oh my god.
I'm not thinking of that.
No.
That is not what I was thinking of. I'm thinking of the guys with the long hair.
Oh,
What are they called?
I know the ones you mean. They got huge heads and long hair.
Yeah.
It begins with I think it begins with an F.
I think with the T.
The 5 heads.
No,
Oh,
honestly, it's insane. I know the one you mean. I've used one of these as well, not a million years ago.
A Corred. Found it.
Yeah, that one.
We were both wrong. It looks like this.
Oh, they're like gnome satyrs.
With long hair.
Yeah.
Gnome
dwarf satyrs.
So yeah, he looks at you and says, "Well, we got a lot. What is it that takes your fancy?"
I mean, this is my first time in the Feywild, but something that is absolutely insane.
Okay.
The souls of 1,000 children.
I was about to say, like, this is the necromancy place, so do you have, like, liquid ghosts, or I don't even know.
Liquid ghosts.
We are friends to ghosts here. We don't make liquid ghosts. Pal.
Is this what they called sprites?
Wow.
Good.
That was good.
Well, we don't make ghost juice, as you know, you so nicely put it. But we do have a spectral spirit sour.
Ooh, that sounds crazy.
It's got a bit of a kick to it. I think you're used to like a lemonade. It's sort of like that, but got a kick and some Feyfire whiskey.
I will take one of each.
Got it.
Yeah.
He like uses his hair to like grab stuff, like grab bottles and stuff to make drinks. And sort of gets some like it's like a lemon, but it's like deep crimson. And as he opens it, it almost looks like a blood orange. It like squeezes it in, adds like a little thing to the side.
Here you go. That'll be 3 copper in favour.
What type of favor?
Depends on you. What can you offer me?
I'll just give you the 3 copper. It's fine. It's not expensive.
Okay.
And I take my drinks and I start pottering about.
Mhm.
Just taking in the fantastical sights. Is there anyone of interest who might want to talk or anything like that? If not, I mean, because I know it's getting on late, so
We'll say that is mentioned before. There's a hag, like a red-skinned, very tall and burly-looking hag. That's eating like a pie of some sort. There is, sort of a creature that looks similar in like sort of similar to Sable. There is a few like various kinds of undead. You know, you see someone who looked similar to which way? You went to Starlings. Never mind. Like a grey-skinned man, with like sort of sallowed, sunken skin. You see probably some like shadows and some wraiths around, but yeah.
Huh. Just out of curiosity, the shadows and the wraiths, are they drinking? Or are they just chilling?
They have like, obviously they're like made of like black shadow and stuff like that. They are holding like those like black shadowed like mugs essentially and look like they are drinking.
Huh. And the creature that looks like Sable, it isn't Sable. It just
No, it's not
it's
Sable.
Just
It's
same,
just like a
same
similar sort of
race
thing,
type
yeah.
thing. How do they drink? Do they just do they tip their head back and pour, or
good question.
They use a straw, like Cerulean Wolf used to have to do.
yeah?
You know,
think about it.
Pete, that's a very good question that I didn't think of. So
They're not drinking, they're just vibing.
Yeah. Never drank a day in their life.
They see Sidon arrive and put their hands on top of the glasses.
Well, yeah. So I'll just have a bit of a booze up.
Mm-hmm.
I might have, if I'm being honest, I might have checked if anyone else wanted to come with, but I just working on this, so people probably won't.
He just left without.
I mean, an
us.
invitation would have been nice, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
He just left without us.
I mean, if anyone does want to come, they can.
We don't know where you are.
Yeah. Well, I could make a.
Stein
bit
left
of
a
break.
note on the piano, said, "Gone fishing."
Gone to explore the town. Might go to the pub.
But he spelled it wrong, so it's gone fisting.
Oh,
Gone to explore town.
he likes that. No.
Gone to explore town. Might go to the pub if you want to join. Yeah, that works.
Yep.
That way I don't have to retcon the entirety
Yeah.
of inviting
So
everyone.
yeah, you're gonna drink for a while. Is there anyone you're speaking to specifically, or are you just enjoying the atmosphere?
Might talk to the hag. I'm interested in seeing what the hag's gotta say.
Okay, so you see the hell. Let me find it. This hag's like stuffing their face with a pie. And you see they sort of like look at you and almost lean over, and I'll just send the image of this. It's like a red-skinned hag with almost like horns, wearing this sort of brown-black cloak with these red eyes.
How much are you betting he's gonna rizz her up?
Nah, I'm not risen up a hag.
Or the other
Don't know
way
what you're
around.
missing, son.
And she says, "What can I do for you?"
Well, I'm new to the Feywild. I was just exploring. I don't think I've ever met a person like you before. What type of pie have you got?
Jesus fucking Christ.
I told you he was gonna rizz her up.
You play your cards right.
Just to be clean.
Pumpkin.
Oh, that's even worse somehow.
Wait, pumpkins grow in the Feywild?
Special pumpkin.
Oh, I don't know what it is about this woman, but
I'm a little bit worried.
What's your name? She has a hand. I am Mother Inga.
Poseidon.
Oh, Jesus
Mother-
fucking Christ!
Mother
Sorry,
Inga.
sorry. Fucking hell. Jesus.
I run herbs and maladies over there.
Oh, you run. Cool. And that's interesting.
I can't believe you've just done that. I genuinely can't. Oh, you're fine.
Well, at least he didn't say his full name. Simon
Jesus fucking Christ, Pete.
There was one rule I said to
There is
everybody.
one rule. There is
One thing.
one rule with hags.
You just don't, anyone in the Fae, don't give them your fault. Don't give them your name. If they say, "What's your name?" you don't give them your name.
Oh well, I didn't hear that bit.
Simon
I
doesn't
told
know
Simon
Oh,
that.
Wait, when did you say that?
Fucking
It's like
ages,
the
a minute.
unwritten rule.
Well, no, probably the minute I realised that we had to go to the Feywild, like the very minute. I was like, yeah, well, guys, it's pretty obvious, but don't give me. If they say, "Can I have your name?" Just say you can call me X, Y, Z, whatever.
Genuinely, I think I must have missed that. Which is very in character, I'd like to point out.
Yeah.
You see, the hag known as Mother Inga says, if you need any poisons, potions, anything to do with healing or alchemy, I can do that. As well as if you need anyone cursed, I can also help with that.
What about locating someone if I give you a description?
I might be able to do that. It's better if I have a piece of them, but I might be able to.
I don't really have a piece of them. This is where things get a bit tricky because the person I'm looking for is actually on the material plane.
Well, then that becomes a bit more complicated. I don't know if I have the immediate skill set for that. Who is it you're looking for? She leans in.
This woman. I don't think I ever got her name, did I? No. This one. So I'll just give her the description of the woman I'm meant to look for him.
Well, she sounds lovely.
Yeah. Okay. And I just don't know how to find her. I've just been given a task to find her before she finds someone else or something else.
Oddly specific.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can do it. If you need any help with the luck aspect, I might be able to help.
The luck aspect.
Give you a nudge in the right direction for a price.
That sounds interesting. What type of price are we talking?
Well, I'd have to think on it, but
well, I'm here for at least a day.
Come by tomorrow. Come to Herbs and Maladies. We can discuss.
Sounds cool. I may not have this visage thing over my face when I come see you. This is just a temporary thing to help blend in a
I
little
can
bit.
see through it. Don't worry.
What?
What?
I didn't expect people to
She
see through.
taps her nose. We all have our tricks.
Huh. You are an interesting person.
I know.
Okay.
Sweet dreams.
Right. I'm going to finish my bevies and maybe take a walk back to the house.
Bye bye. I hope you sleep well.
Yep. Will do.
She gives a crooked smile as you walk away.
Can I make an insight check?
What are you trying to get?
See if she's all above board, or is she trying to play me for a fool? Have I done something? Have I given too much information?
Make me an insight check.
It's a 19.
Until you get sense she's being completely truthful.
Cool. Bit of I'd say to myself as I'm walking, bit of a weirdo, but it's perfectly fine.
So you
Strange
get
place.
adequately sloshed.
Yep.
If you want to get properly drunk, you can spend a silver. If you want to, get pretty drunk. then I assume you head back.
Yeah.
We'll say that while Simon's doing that, is anyone doing anything specifically? While Simon's doing that.
I know that I was told I will speak to you later.
Mm-hmm.
When later? Do I know, or am I just gotta wait?
It's funny you should say that. Is anyone doing anything beforehand?
Hmm.
No, Tron's gone. Put himself to bed, alarmed the door, and put a hut up because Cassie's in the house.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not like he doesn't have a track record for biting anyone, is it?
You don't know that.
I know, but I know that. Arjun doesn't know that. He just doesn't trust him.
Okay.
I mean, he did kill a man and
Yeah.
then
Oh my
caused the
fucking
Lich.
god! Don't go in. I'm not. I'll leave. Don't go into it again. I will leave. I'm not even kidding. Carry on.
Maybe hear a knock at your door.
I open the door.
Shave and a haircut, 2 bits.
You see the large form of...
Wait, is he
looks-
9 foot
looks-
tall?
He is.
Jesus.
How big are these
Christ.
fucking doors?
Not big enough. You see he, Actually, I think he could... He can, like, change his form slightly. He's like, still taller, but he's, like, not as big, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
He, sort of gives a nod.
I hope this is all treating you well.
Yes, it's lovely. Thank you.
May I
Like-
come in?
I was gonna say she'd like open the door and gesture for him to come in.
He, like, steps in, like, stands by the door.
I just wanted to get updates and know about what happenings have been going on.
What happenings have been happening?
I did almost say that.
Well, I've had a few encounters.
Seems like you've made some new acquaintances. I wouldn't call them friends.
Mm. I'm sorry again about Sidon.
Don't worry, I've had worse.
Imagine she'd be like, she's like, you know, when you talk to your boss, you kind of like, so wonderful weather we're having.
Please relax, I'm not here to interrogate, I'm just wondering how you're doing.
I think she'd look a little bit confused at that. Like, oh. And then she'd probably like relax a little bit. Okay.
What, am I allowed to ask how you're doing?
No, I just didn't expect it. That's all.
He, like shrugs slightly.
Archfays have feelings too.
Uh-huh. Well,
Always computer first.
Yeah.
same question to you. How are you? She'd say that like confused, like, should I be asking this?
Well, I'm alright.
The back's playing up a little, but can't complain.
I'm sure.
Did you get when you're 9 foot tall?
I'm sure Sable told you about today.
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's quite alright. I just makes me reflect a bit.
Mm-hmm. Question for you.
Yes.
Did Maeve know that he had a daughter?
Well, she got the history check,
yeah.
so I think she vaguely knew he did, but didn't know
Knew
the
of her.
specifics. Knew of her, but
Yeah,
not
yeah.
not her.
Okay. I probably wouldn't pry into that. It's not something you just ask casually about. Like, oh, so
So-
tell me a bit about your daughter.
I mean, you
Um,
can.
You know, the dead one.
You know, the one of the statue outside. I mean, you can if you want. It's up to you. Oh, it's voice.
Probably something along the lines of like, it's a shame I never got to meet her.
He takes like he lets like out like a heavy sigh.
Yes, it is. Similar from the few times I've seen you, of course. There are similarities.
Mhm.
Well, how's it been, getting on in Periphalon proper?
Well, I've had my fair share of ups and downs. I think this is the first time I've stayed with a group, and they know about everything, so that's good. Most people tend to run away screaming or call me crazy, so
Well, we, like, just gestures around to, like, the area. Don't think you're crazy.
I know.
You are one of us, and you can be here anytime you want.
Thank you.
Well, I just wanted to, get updates. That, vampire seems interesting.
And he like taps his like his nose. I keep doing that. Like taps his nose. Taps like his forehead.
She'd like kind of, you know, the face that's like blush, kind of like, yes, no, he's yeah, yes,
I won't pry, don't worry. Well, I hope you have a good night. I'm sure I'll talk to you tomorrow.
yes, thank you.
He gives like a slight bow and exits.
She'd give like a little curtsy.
And leaves. We'll say that as he's walking out, Sidon, you see you start like stumbling up the path.
Oh no.
And yeah, he's stumbling up the path, and Gethin just like walks, like is walking the opposite direction, like gives a slight nod.
Hey.
Good evening.
You have a really great pub in town. Didn't get the name though. I'm sure I'll find it tomorrow or something.
How drunk is he?
Good question. How drunk is Sidon?
I spent the silver.
Should make me a con save, unless you have a specific in mind. You can make me a con save.
There it is.
10.
Damn.
You're like kind of
Tipsy,
like
very.
he's like above. He's like 65%, 70%.
He's merry.
Yeah. Are you having a good evening?
He just like stares at you for half a second.
Yes, my evening's been fine.
Cool.
Cool. No doubt.
No doubt. Right, I'm gonna go to bed.
Are you offering?
Are you offering?
No.
He doesn't say it.
That's the most awkward thing imaginable. Like, can you just imagine being like a fly on the... I'm cringing just being sat here.
Yeah.
Right. Bye. Fingers away.
Finger guns.
Good
Yep.
night.
He like just walks off.
Oh,
More confused.
I was expecting finger guns back from you, but okay.
Yes, the Archfey.
Yes,
Who's
the Archfey of
like-
Necromancy is gonna finger guns.
yeah, who was told to us that likes people who like don't think full of themselves and like
Doesn't mean he's gonna
more
fucking finger
relaxed.
guns back, does he?
I mean, it's a good relaxing way of doing things.
So you head back into the house, Sidon. And I assume you go to the room you picked out.
Yeah, but I
Um,
mean, if I'm walking past,
That's true. I assume that door will be slightly open.
did I see Maeve come down the stairs, or would I've seen her go in?
Probably would have seen her coming down the stairs.
Probably
and
walking
just
into
wanted to
the
get in.
probably walking into the room with the fireplace, just by that door.
Heyo.
Hello.
There's a really cool pub in town. You guys should have come. It was great. I left a note.
On the piano that's not been touched. It's on the piano behind him.
I think we were all settling into our rooms. I'm sorry we didn't see it. Maybe just ask us next time.
Yeah. I ran into Gubin on the road.
Gethin.
Oh, yeah. Tomato.
Scowls.
Yeah, what are you up to?
Just settling in. Is it obvious that he's like drunk?
Oh,
Yeah,
very.
you're on a 10, yeah. It's like a 65-70%. You can tell he's like sweating.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'd just be like standing there, like holding her hands together, like at her front, kind of like, go to bed.
Cast suggestion on him.
I could.
I'd have disadvantage, wouldn't I, because of being drunk?
I don't remember what it is. I think it might be.
It's poisoned, yeah.
It's poison, it's disadvantage.
Feels,
Is it
still
disadvantage
feels
loss?
mean suggesting to one of the group, even though it's.
I'm gonna grab a bite to eat in the kitchen and then go straight to bed.
Probably
If there's any food in there.
Yep, there's like food in there.
Is there anything interesting? Any interesting
Simon?
type of food? Hello?
The
Please
human-like food.
Please don't burn the house down.
I don't plan on cooking.
Okay.
He's gonna grab some cheese and crackers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you can find like any basic food.
Is there any like
I think
weird food?
Maeve would stand in the doorway and wait to see Sidon go upstairs,
Uh
just to make sure.
huh. Any weird foods?
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious.
Pickle herring in jars kind of thing.
Picture,
I'm curious of
picture,
the entire like system of the Feywild. Like,
okay, picture normal foods, but with a slight twist.
Mm.
That makes sense.
yeah.
Like,
Well, I'm thinking like,
Anchovy flavoured Kit Kats.
oh,
think like
that's
cheese
disgusting.
is like
Yeah, like some
cheese is
Feywild cheeses.
blue, like vibrant coloured blue,
it's
not
like blue
just
cheese, but it's pink.
yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, anything like that.
And any types of like processed meat that doesn't need to be cooked in the
He's asking
Feywild.
for like jerky.
Spam. He's asking for spam.
Kinda, yeah, but like I want to know if it's like a real animal or if it's like a weird
There's like
Feywild
dried
equivalent.
meats, but you can't
Yeah.
find like spam.
No, dried meats is kind of what I'm angling for, like dried cooked meats.
Yeah, you can
That
find
needs
stuff
to be-
like that.
yeah.
It's really difficult to identify dried meats.
Yeah. Or if I taste it,
Okay, it's like
a mix of chicken and cow.
yeah, it's
chicken
chicken.
beef hybrid.
The slogan's like just keep kicking or like still kicking. Yeah, you find like fucking hell, a variety of things.
So I wanted to see if I could try and place some of the different animals of the Feywild, essentially.
I don't think you
There's
could place them.
Yeah,
You'd have to like
yeah.
learn
I'd have
more
to,
about
like,
it in general.
Yeah, fair enough. So I come out with a plate of various stuff. Hi.
Okay, so Sidon walks up the stairs.
She just like, and then like walk into the room. She wouldn't even say anything. She'd just curl up into the armchair.
Good evening. Well, I don't know what time it is. Evening, morning, night.
It's evening, night, evening. Yes, I'm. Shrugs. Like like the big stretch,
Yeah.
arms above her head, kind of like. I just had a very strange conversation with Gethin.
I just had a very strange conversation between Sidon and Gethin.
Oh, you did?
The window's open, I heard it.
Please
was-
tell me he didn't do anything stupid.
Well, by do anything stupid, unless you mean the most awkward 2 minutes of my life, I think you're okay.
How bad was it?
It was like you were talking for the first time to your, your partner's parents, but, while constipated. But nothing was said that was weird, it was just very awkward.
Okay, good.
If that fills you with any confidence.
It's Sidon. I don't think that anything could fill me with confidence.
I heard he was drunk as well. Anyway, enough about him. How are you?
Okay, I think.
I mean, this is your home away from home, is it not?
Yes and no. It's been a few years.
Well, it still seems like people respect you, so...
No, they respect Gethin.
Well, that's obviously true, but I think they also respect you, otherwise they wouldn't... Otherwise, probably wouldn't be so, I can't think of the word. Respectful, I guess, or formal.
Yes, you're probably right.
Which is a bit strange, though. Just being like this, just gesture to himself all the time and not really feeling that weird about it.
It's good that you don't feel weird about it.
Well, I do feel a bit weird about it, but not feel like I'm going to be judged for it.
Not here. No. I think this is the only place I've not felt judged.
Well, that's a good sign. Have you ever been to any of the other courts?
Me? I don't know.
The answer, I think, is no.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Nope.
Well, I'm
I've been
excited.
here a few times.
Well, I am interested to see what happens and excited, to say the least, about the possibilities of being done with this, or at least finding some sort of closure.
That would be good.
Anyway, I don't want to keep you from sleeping.
Is there blankets in this room?
Yeah, you could say there's probably something like a desk here or something.
She's probably gonna just grab a blanket and bundle up in it and sit by the fire and be like, I'm fine here for now.
He nods. All right. And the two of you continue to have your conversation. Is there anything that the rest of you are doing before we finish?
I don't think so.
Passing out
Just
drunk.
It's the usual nightly routines.
Brushing his teeth.
Here's the thing: you don't have Alex make you a grilled cheese.
No.
You have one
He's just gonna
cold
take his
cheese
sandwich and hold it against the fire.
Yes, that's right. Is there a stove?
Yes.
Don't burn the house down.
The nightly routine isn't the grilled cheese, as in I'm talking about shower and whatnot.
Brushing your teeth.
Yeah, have a bath. Brush your
Well,
teeth.
we have been walking through a swamp.
That's true. You probably
True.
do need to. Everyone probably needs to wash.
I mean, I have prestidigitation. We would not have gone in to see
That's
Gethin.
true.
Maeve was in here 5 seconds before she ran herself a bath, so
Yeah.
And also, everyone has a bath, so.
Prestidigitation will clean you, but it will. I assume it's kind of like festival clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's
you're
my
not
vibe.
fully
It will
clean.
do, but yeah.
It will
The-
it'll make it neutral,
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So
If you used it while neutral, then would you become super clean? Could you
I
not
would
just do
use it for flavoring is the wrong word. Aftershave kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 'cause you can
Something
do smells
simple.
and shit, can't you? With
You
prestidigitation.
what?
You can do smells and shit with prestidigitation. Very
I
versatile.
can do whatever I want. I'm a fucking wizard.
Yeah, I know. I love prestidigitation. It's such a versatile
Yeah, it's a
category.
good cantrip. Yeah. So no one would have gone in to see the Emperor skanky, apart from perhaps Sidon if you really wanted to.
No.
Far be it from me to press my morals on Sidon's cleanliness.
but
My
no,
cleanliness is only an issue because he's just used to being on the road so much. And when he goes into cities, that's when he normally washes. And we've had access to baths all the time, so he's been washing.
So he's had his annual bath as well here.
but no, it's just more for the fact it's like, yeah, you may have freshened up, but it's like I still want to wash out all the rest of the rest of the stuff that the prestidigitation couldn't get off.
Yeah, of course. So you go about your nighttime rituals. And I assume, unless I'm incorrect, everyone begins to make time for sleep.
Yep.
So what I will say is, as everyone goes to sleep, you're probably all pretty exhausted from the day, so you do all fall asleep relatively quickly. But for Archeron and Sidon, as you are drifting into the liminal space, that sort of almost that just comfortable darkness that you have during sleep, you feel that darkness break as you see this shining white blue light from in front of you. You're both seeing this, but you can't see each other. And you see this light shine, and it begins to form into what looks to be a person. And as it forms, you see starlight sort of forming behind them, and the whole black area forms into this galaxy of stars and various other celestial bodies. And you look around, and you can now see each other. And you're probably slightly confused.
Archon looks devastated when he looks around and sees the man of his dreams as Sidon.
Do I still feel drunk, or is it weirdly like my
you
mind
feel
is clear?
fine. You feel fine.
Yeah.
Mind feels clear.
Oh.
But you see this sort of blue spectral figure form in front of you, probably about 8 feet tall. You see that they are broad. You can't make out features just yet. But as they sort of stand in front of you, they take a bow and says, "My friend Celine wanted me to talk to you." And that's where we're going to pick up next time.